can of Carling original lager is. Really?
Oh god, it was streaming at that point.
There you go. Look, you've just warned me, and now you're like, oh, I'm just, oh, I can. 4% volume.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not
brewed in the UK.
I am sorry.
Carling original lager. Did you know that Carling original lager contains barley and wheat? This is gonna be one of those things where it says, if you've got a specific allergy, don't drink this. It's like, okay.
Probably.
If you don't want to get drunk, don't drink. It's like, okay. I also had a rant about that today. May contain nuts, peanut butter. I'd fucking hope so. Otherwise, I'd feel a bit con, to be honest.
That would be a bit awkward if it didn't contain nuts, wouldn't it?
Some of that stuff just really gets on my nerves. It's like, well, yeah, I'd hope it did. Or, you buy a packet of peanuts. May have been prepared in a factory that handles nuts. It's like, yeah. It's a fucking bag of peanuts, mate. Next you're going to say to me, my lightly salted peanuts may have salt on them.
Well, my lightly salted nuts definitely have salt on them.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Anyway.
I'm not licking your nuts.
Is that recording? Oh, good. Yes.
Is everything working?
Yeah, this is recording, so we've got all of that. This will be in the outtakes.
There you go.
And that's the intro. Anyway, hello, I'm TheSuffolkRam.
Skazz.
Well, episode 72. Oh, look, a cow! Or buffalo. Sorry, cows. It's a buffalo.
Yeah, get it right, man.
I'm sorry.
You was the one that went to schools for your...
I did a degree on animals.
See, they did. He actually writ it on animals. It was written in full on various animals.
Yep.
Handed in that way too. It was rather awkward to mark, so they ended up having to brand the stuff.
Oh, that would have been painful. If you really make a mistake.
Oops.
Got to cross that one through.
It's like, can we change? No, you can't change that. Get me another cow!
Yeah, this assignment, you're allowed 6 goats to rise it on.
Don't cock them all up.
Yeah, make sure you put them in order in the store when we come round to market.
Oh, God. Could you imagine that? You end up losing marks as they start to shift about?
Yeah. No, my conclusion's more to the front, front of the line.
And I was like, what the hell is this? Summaries at the fucking back, conclusions at the front.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Is that what you're going to start calling the goats? This is conclusion.
Yeah. I want a goat now. I'm going to call it conclusion.
It's got to be done. Right here, you've heard it now. Right here, right now, you've heard it. If you don't have a goat by the next podcast... I'll tell you what, I'll give you until podcast 80 to get a goat. Podcast 100.
Yeah, give it to podcast 100.
Podcast 100. Not only are we going to North Korea, but you will bring a goat. Yeah.
If Trump doesn't have his way.
I was going to say, which do you reckon's going to go, America or North Korea? Probably a bit both.
I reckon it's going to be something really bizarre, and I reckon someone like Madagascar's going to go for him. We're all going to go there, and also, everybody's all tensions-wise, and all of a sudden, just for some reason, this random country decides to declare war because it got fed up listening to them all.
People's Republic of Scunthorpe just fires
on. Yeah. I knew.
When did that become a thing? Well, you clearly weren't paying attention to local politics, were you?
I knew we should never trust those people from Antarctica.
God damn it.
Yeah. Penguins.
Is it penguins or polar bears? Wait, where do polar bears come from? Oh no, you can see how uneducated I am. Is it polar bears down south?
I was thinking, to be honest with you, I was thinking to myself, Antarctic's one end, what's the other one? I was trying to think what the other place was called.
France.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
They're fucking polar bears.
Although, I think, given how it's been the last couple of days, I think England, it's been pretty cold enough out there.
Bloody
England. Yeah.
Savages.
Yeah, just for hell of it, we could take North Korea.
What the fuck is that? Cityscape, clearly.
Yeah, I was going to say, what you're talking about is a cityscape, it's something.
France?
It's Baron Resnick, that's the photo, that's the place where it is. I know this is probably a buy, but I'm sure.
Yeah, buy. It's like, dude,
the city took a selfie.
That would be bizarre. Well, considering how governments are going these days, we are pretty much there.
Yeah. It's a giant arm come out the ground, went click.
The hand of the government just reaches up.
Yeah. The city selfie.
God damn.
That'll be the next meme. Right, anyway. Start again. I'm the TheSuffolkRam. Well, episode 72 of the Around Nerds podcast. Yes, it is. I hope so, otherwise I've lost count.
We can't math.
I am actually starting to... I was sitting the other day thinking when I was doing the edit, the last I thought, is this 70 or 71? I'll go look on the YouTube.
I'll just beep it out and then you'll just do some really bad ADR.
No,
One.
Yeah, we'll overlay on the video. So, but we'll do an example now. So, you say it's episode like 70.
Oh,
one.
one.
Yeah, you've ruined it.
76.
Yeah. This is episode 70.
1.
4.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I can't remember what day it is. What month is it?
September.
You're right.
I had to think about it.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh shit. Well, I've lost time.
He's lost an entire month. He still thought it was June.
I did. It was bizarre. You don't understand how hard it is.
He was wondering why it wasn't sunny outside.
What do you mean sunny? This is England. If I ever see the sun, I start panicking.
Excuse me, sneeze time. No, it didn't come. I will warn
He says
you.
that, and there's gonna be like this snot.
I will warn you. This is a bit like North Korean missiles. The sneeze could come at any moment. So I'm just warning you now. And I will be provocative and aim roughly in Skazz's direction, but not actually at him, just to provoke him.
Okay, that's fine. And then I'll just get a bit ratty with you, and then I'll threaten to. I don't know what Trump has been saying, so I can't make any American jokes.
I think he's too busy about going on about. I think he's too busy about to get impeached, isn't he? You know this
America politics.
Yeah.
What do you lot know?
There's a brilliant photo on Reddit, and it's.
You go on Reddit.
I go on Reddit. Yeah, I do. I'm trying to get enough karma to create a Ryan Nerd subreddit.
Oh my god.
So
that's one that I can never go on.
Which can have no subscribers.
I've been given a kick on Reddit.
Oh, well done.
No going on Reddit, Skazz.
Create another account. But
the real Skazz.
Yeah, real Skazz. But I was on there, and there was It's come out recently. The film it got re-released.
Oh
recently.
yeah, the remake.
And there's things that Pennywise could say to encourage people down drains. And there's a picture of just Pennywise. This picture says, "Obama's still president down here."
Down you go, people. Oh god. Pennywise. It's not the same. It's not all Tim Curry, so it's not worth the paper I want my arse on.
No.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, welcome to the
podcast.
So
72 for the month of September the now.
Yeah, it is September the 16th.
Yep.
It is currently 17 minutes past 10. And this is episode 2. Well, I wonder whose fault that was.
Yeah, it's my fault for going to a kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
I was the clown.
Yeah. Were you Pennywise?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I was terrifying.
And I love the fact that you didn't drop me a message or anything. You just went on the Google Docs and written it size 72 font.
Yeah.
I just went in there and it just said, "I'm going to be late."
That's it.
They promised till 9 PM. It's like, you could have written it smaller than that. I would have got it.
No, because I just hit the fucking right quick. Where is it? I was accidentally in was it title or header or something? It's started face roll on the keyboard. By the way, just so you know, don't drink if you're pregnant. At first I thought that was a bear, and then
I'm in lamb. I'm in lamb at the moment, so that's a problem.
Bollocks.
Yeah.
Bridge. Is it bridge?
Unfortunately, neither of the this is unique because both the audio listeners and viewers can't take
the
part.
The audio
in this.
viewers and the video listeners can't.
That's it. They can't take part of this because we can see what's on the screen behind them.
It's a bridge.
It's a bridge. Well, no, it's not though. It's the top of it. Are you sure it's a bridge though? Because you actually can't see. All you can see is like these uprights and loads of bits of wires coming on.
It's a very duff maypole.
It's the most metal maypole ever. Because that's steel
That
cables.
is most definitely metal. That is very metal. That's got the most hardcore riffage ever.
I think
there's definitely some satanic vibes coming off that.
We have now got time now. We need to launch a satanic maypole dance. Not satanic. A metal maypole dancing.
Hell, man, you going for saying?
Yeah. Can you imagine dancing maypole to thrash metal?
That'd be amazing.
We've got. No,
have you ever seen a circle mosh pit?
No.
Well, so basically,
all mosh pits circular.
It's just amazing.
This is going to sound weird. Whenever I think the word pit, I always envision a circle. I never envision something square or oblong. Sounds wrong, but I always envision. Whenever someone says pit to me, I always envision circles.
I always think of that pit from Mortal Kombat where everyone's dying in it. So, a metal gig is just, I was about to say concert, which would be, that's instantly worth getting killed there.
Same difference, really, isn't it?
Don't say that. They get really touchy about that.
What?
They really do. Calling things as, what. It's like librarians, they don't like it when you call them the M word. They're orangutans.
Mother?
Yeah, them. Donkeys.
And all that. There you go.
No more satanic metal maypoles.
No, we now got stones in the water, and I think it's a
lighthouse.
I think it's a lighthouse.
That's definitely a long exposure of a lighthouse. Why? I don't know, but
Well, there you go.
good job.
Well, you need to ask Ray Billcliffe. Billcliffe?
I can't read that from here.
We asked Ray about it anyway, and find out why he did that.
Why and where, Ray? Why didn't
Well,
you
look,
tag
he
where
said
it
his
was?
camera's so long, it's nearly covered in water. Must be a GoPro.
Or he had a seizure and like just he's in the water somewhere. I wonder if this ever happened. Someone's gone for a long exposure, but it's on a timer, and they've kind of, I don't know, fell in the water or something as they drifted past. The camera snaps the picture. Call it that when they were arguing about the monkey taking the picture.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah, the camera took the picture itself, mate, because I can see you drowning as you're taking down the rapids.
Yeah.
Gone very dark there. I'm just
But I
curious.
love the logic of that. It's like, well, by the logic of the monkey took the photo, well, technically the camera took the photo. Does the camera own the copyright?
Yes.
That means Canon owns the copyright to every photo ever taken by one of their cameras.
Ooh. Right, well, Canon, I better start paying you royalties. Wait, I have to pay Canon? That's just cheeky, Canon, you sneaky buggers.
They do. It's true. They own every photo you've ever
Does
taken.
that mean that even if I swap over to Panasonic, I'm going to have to pay Panasonic?
Yeah, you're going to pay both of them.
Oh, bollocks, I've got a Panasonic TV. Does that mean I have to pay Panasonic every time I watch
Do you know
something?
do you know how much that suspension is costing Jason Fry to be there right now? He's costing him a bomb. He didn't want it on there, but look, there it is.
We're going to have to start paying royalties to everyone. We're going to have to pay royalties for the owner of the bridge. We're going to have to pay royalties to the company who own the camera. Because we don't clearly own the camera, we license it.
No, yeah.
Does that mean we license the light as well?
Yes. Yes.
How am I going to do my job?
Well,
I'm going to have to give up. I can't afford it.
you have to charge your clients more, aren't you?
They can't afford it.
Well, you're
I don't even think I can afford... I'm going to have to put away my camera. Look, sorry, camera, you're going to have to stay there now.
That's watching us right now. I was watching your feet, actually. But
The government's watching us through my camera.
Yeah.
Little do you know my government was hacked by my camera.
Well, there you go. It's always helpful. Anyway, shall we make a start?
Yeah, sure.
So before kicking off with my gaming,
you've had some fun.
I've had some real
Actually,
fun.
it was caused by some of this. It's called tinning up.
Yeah.
You had a bit of an issue, didn't you?
Yeah. Before we kill that, I thought we'd better kick. So last episode, we came up with a deal and a pact, which was that we are both going to play Black Mesa, the fan remake of Half-Life 1. And we both did for only about 3 hours each.
Yeah.
My reason for 3 hours each is that I was ill. I couldn't look at a computer screen because I got a headache.
Yep.
Your reason that you played 3 hours is you just couldn't.
Yeah, it was. I didn't like Half-Life when it first came out, or it just didn't mesh with me. There are other games I played that I enjoyed more, and Black Mesa didn't really. Spoiler alert, it didn't really change my opinion on the game that much, to be honest. So do you want to lead off on your thoughts?
Oh yeah, okay. So, in a bit like the opposite, really, Half-Life was a game that I really got into. It was a game with the first. When I got into PC gaming properly, it was a game that Upper Women I picked up, and I was just blown away by it.
Sure. Did you play it early on, like '98 when it came out, or?
No, I was not long after it came out because I was able to buy it in the shops.
Sure.
So, and it was still in a box in the shops, not in a north. So I probably picked up Half-Life, probably sort of. Early sort of 2000, 2001, so probably a couple of years after it came out, 2-3 years after it came out, so it was still available to buy off the shelf.
PC games used to come in boxes and be sold in
I've
shops.
still got my Half-Life box somewhere.
Oh, Jesus Christ, mate.
I've got like 3 copies of Half-Life 2 as well somewhere.
Why? Didn't you? I think you might have explained
whoa. I'm going to stop there. Before you say why, looking like that, how many copies of Hyperdimension Neptunia do you own? The same copies? Same games?
2. No, because Hyperdimension Neptunia is the first game on PlayStation 3.
Right, well, of the series.
Of the series?
Let's pick one game. Well, of all the games in the series, there must be one game you own multiple times, many on systems.
Yeah, but I do that with a lot of games.
There you go. See, so don't you mock me for
Well, I was
only
just
more
curious
than
that
one
you've got
copy of
3 big box copies of.
I've got 3 big box copies
okay,
of it. I've
cool.
got 3 copies of it.
So you've got like the.
One's digital, one's a metal box, and one's a little DVD.
Well, actually, then can I be a dick then in saying that as far as Half-Life goes, because that was Half-Life 1 part of the orange box?
No,
at one point. Was it Half-Life 2?
You're thinking Half-Life 2 Episode 2 was part of the orange box.
That was part of the orange box.
So you've got to think this.
I've got that a couple of times.
If you go by main Half-Life games, it's actually been 4 because you've got Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Yeah.
Then of course you've got Opposing Force, Blue Shift, the one which they made for. Just realised we actually can't see any comments, so I'm just going to go to the.
That was silly of you.
Yeah. So I'm just going to quickly switch. So I'm sorry, guys. Everyone's been commenting.
Oh no, it's going to get loud.
No, it's all right. I've paused it.
Good job. We've got comments.
Yeah.
Good evening. What's up, everyone? Yeah, boy. Actually, Jack, just quickly, because I'm wearing an F Society shirt, which is from Mr. Robot. I got this as a gift today from our old mate Ulath.
Oh yeah.
Tim. He came round today, and occasionally he gets loot crates.
Mm.
And I guess this came in a loot crate, and if it's something that he's not a fan of, he tends to give them to me. So
there you go.
Free shirts. Because I'm such a hobo, I can't afford my own shirts. How many times? Oh fuck! How many times do I own Steins Gate, Jake? You dick. Right. So this is gonna. Oh, right. Can I actually give this some thought? So, everyone keep track. Keep track.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna forget. Okay. So
Right,
we've got and you got to remember what platform as well. Because if not, I'll forget.
I've got fingers right.
Right. So I own it on PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, PlayStation Vita. I did say PlayStation 3, didn't I? So PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, PlayStation Vita.
Yeah.
PC Just USA, PC Steam. I think the only one I don't own. I also own the spin-off games on PlayStation 3. I don't think I own the Xbox version, which was the original version.
Right. So you own it 5 times.
Yeah.
Cool. Someone's requested that we show us their tits. Honestly, you don't want to see that.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it's Modkin. Piss off, Chalky.
Oh,
get
Chalky.
your own tits
then, okay,
out.
there you go.
Here we go. God damn it.
There you go, Mod. There you go, Chalky. There you go.
We all love Chalky.
There you go.
Chalky's probably doing it right now as well. If Chalky was here, he'd
now we just watch the viewers disappear off the watch.
That would have been Modkin's first thing, wouldn't it? Like, first thing he does is rip off his shirt. Issue with the internet. Funny you say that, Annie, mate. So that was happening to DeWald recently. DeWald had massive internet connection issues, and he had, so you know DeWald, don't you?
Yes.
His line is copper and then part aluminium, and it was spliced together in the most disgusting of ways, to the point that from the top of the pole, when you try to handle it, it would just disintegrate.
Nice.
Because of the corrosion. The guy went to the cabinet to lift and shift. None of the cables in this cabinet were marked, and when a guy started lifting and shifting cables to try and find DeWald a better line, like literally they were just disconnecting people's services to try and find him a better line. They ended up disconnecting the line for a woman that was like a couple of streets away. And when they were like, yep, I'm just going to call him up to make sure that I've got the right number, ended up calling her up. I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be calling, like, let's say, for example, Carol. What? Now I better figure out where that's supposed to go and get you connected back up.
Oops, doodle. Cool.
There you go. Nailed it.
Anyway, we're discussing Black Mesa.
Mm-hmm.
So I said Half-Life was a game I love. So to me, it's been like very nostalgic.
Yeah, I was going to say, does the nostalgia give you a good kick in the feels every
it's
time
surprising how it feels like, although it's a remake, it does feel very... they've changed quite a few bits in it, so make it
Crowbar's in a different place, which tripped me the fuck out.
I was privy for a bit. they've changed quite a lot with it. So they have it's a remake in the sense that they've not just copied the original. They actually have.
They've actually given their own spin to it.
Yeah, but it still feels very faithful.
It feels familiar, but not.
I think a lot of fan remakes should do a carbon copy, but better graphics. They've said no. Well, basically, let's sort of. Make it. Let's sort of do.
This one still throws a few curveballs in there to get you to think.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of the fact that you're using the Steam engine. You're taking advantage of using Source 2 engine. They've sort of expanded it a little bit. Oh,
yeah. See, and he just said the same. Basically, he's had the same thing happen to him as what the world has. Mate, I hope they've sorted out your connection. It's pretty commonplace over here to have to lift and shift connections. There's been a load of OpenReach guys around here. Or they might just be trying to figure out who the fuck it is that's downloading 8 terabytes of data every month.
They've not worked out it's you yet?
Not yet.
No. I went to
I'll go to the pub, they've got open Wi-Fi.
Oh dear.
That was not an admission of guilt.
If it's open Wi-Fi, it's not your problem.
Yeah, it's their fucking fault.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah. See, I feel sorry for my friend who lives in the country. He's got a satellite connection.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the only thing he can't get broadband where he is.
What's the best down he gets? Well, he must have really. He's got limited bandwidth. He must have
2 meg download. Yeah, 30 gigabytes.
What's he up? Like
God,
1K?
no. Yeah, something like about 400k. I think.
Well, he's not going to be podcasting anytime soon.
No, well, let me put it this way. I downloaded the podcast for his connection once.
How dare you use his bandwidth?
Yeah, I used 70 megs of his 30 gigs, right? It took, how long do you reckon it took to download this 70 meg podcast?
Long old time, because them connections aren't exactly stable
About
either.
10 minutes. Download 70 megs.
In this day and age, like kids, look, there used to be a time, right, when we used to plug our computers into these things called phone lines. You have no idea what them cables connecting to your house are actually for. But, those used to be for the internet, right? Wi-Fi, once upon a time, there was no Wi-Fi. It was amazing. There was no Wi-Fi. It was great. You had to literally hardwire into a socket to get a connection.
Oh, I remember times of having a phone line cable run down my hallway from the phone socket.
Me too. So I had my going out the outside window.
I had to connect to the master socket. So you have in your house. Did you notice you have a master socket? A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, master socket in your house, you have to connect to that, otherwise it doesn't work. And yeah, the phone line went down my hallway, and I got a lot of people complaining about it. I say a lot of people. My family members complained about it, because there's a trip
I'm
hazard.
waiting for a phone call. Don't care!
And also because...
I'm downloading an MP3. It's going to take all week.
Yeah. Oh, good old dial-up. Also, because it was a bit of a trip hazard. Well, you see, my friend made it for me using speaker wire.
Best way, mate.
Yeah, the amount of things he rewired, and he basically, speaker wire was his go-to wire. I reckon if I went to his house, most of his house would be wired on speaker wire. Yeah. His solution was, it doesn't carry enough current, that's fine, I'll wire 2 of them together. So, yeah, speaker wire, nothing. I swear it's shares in whichever company makes speaker wire, it's shares in them. It's the only way I can explain it. Yeah.
He's probably got more money in copper than BT has.
Yeah. But I have Ethernet at home anyway. I've installed Ethernet for the house, so...
You lucky but do you remember that time when we were looking at houses together?
Yeah.
Back in the old
First
days?
it was like, well, can we fit Ethernet to it?
Yeah, well, do you remember that house we saw in Long Stratton?
Yeah.
And the whole place was wired from top to bottom. But even though we were all working at the time, they wouldn't take us because we were students.
Yeah.
That would have been heaven, man. LAN gamer house.
Yeah.
Right there. Would literally...
We were up for that.
Ethernet sockets everywhere. We could have easily afforded that as well, couldn't we, between us?
Yeah, between... Oh, easily, yeah.
Jesus
Christ. So easy between us, really.
Bastards.
Yeah.
How dare they ruin my Quake LAN parties?
Yeah. All the fun times we could have had. Playing internet.
I'm going to find out who owned that house and shout at them.
Buy it off them.
You ruined my life. Now I'm going to buy your house and I'm going to fucking play Doom on this
Buy a
thing.
house and rent it back to you.
Yeah, you dick. And guess what?
I'm taking out the Ethernet cable.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Pull all these, you bastard.
Cool.
You wouldn't let me have them. No, you can't have them either.
Hey, flipping back to Black Mesa.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. More cards.
The box got damaged for Jet's internet once upon a time. I reckon it was Jet driving a car into it. Jet, I'm pretty sure you don't drive, so you didn't do that, but I'm sure you did. You did. And, let's have a look. And he has got a collection of modems. Good man.
Awesome.
I still have a collection of modems.
I've got a collection of modem. I've got those little sort of spaceship style modem somewhere.
Oh, do you mean the Stingray one? The
Yeah,
one
that was it. Yeah, I've got one of those at home somewhere.
I still have one of those. I got back. Oh, I've still got a D-Link. My first D-Link router. I still have that, even after the magic smoke came out of the back.
Oh, you let the blue smoke out?
Yeah, I was.
Why? You know
that don't work after you let the smoke come out.
No.
Once you let it out, it never goes back in. I tried, mate, but I mean, I swear, it's probably not good. That's probably why I've got such a bad memory these days. You'd get high off that. You left the plugged in for a while. Where's the room filling up with smoke? What from the corner?
Let the blue smoke out, mate. How could you do such a thing?
That really couldn't have been good for us.
Yeah, I remember one place I worked out, the boilers in the back office, let the black smoke out. That wasn't a good.
They're
situation.
not supposed to do that.
No, they really aren't supposed to do that. Wasn't helped that the electrician who came back to repair it was actually a house electrician, not an industrial electrician. Oops. So he came back and he basically switched them back on after they tripped out because they caught fire. Switched them back on and they caught fire again.
I didn't thought you'd learn it the first time, really.
Well, no, he didn't do it the first. He just got back and rather than actually working at what had happened, he said, I'll just
fuck it. The switch is down.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they tripped out because all our boys stopped working. We wondered why, so we called an electrician out to look at them.
Tough element.
Well, mate, these boys are huge. We had 12 of them, right? And they're literally they're from floor to ceiling, huge feet. So they have to hit a whole
3 feet.
They have to hit a whole warehouse type building.
Sure.
So there's 12 of them, although by the time I was there, there's only about 6 still working. And he went through
that electrician.
Yeah, and so he basically they stopped working, so he rebooted them. Rebooted them. Rebooted them.
Sudo.
Yeah.
What's the master password?
Start new task. Boiler run. Yeah. Yeah. He rebooted. He started the boilers. Got them going. Next day, thought we can smell burning. We really can smell burning really bad. It's right in the corner near the boiler room, and we sort of dismissed it. And then all the heating went. So we got some engineers, and they went out there and they said, "You want to come look at this?" And they
How do you guys not realise your boiler room's on fire?
Yeah, well, they went in there and they restart with quiet. No,
bugger off, Windows.
And we went in there. We opened up the and he showed me inside all the boilers were just black. It's like, yeah, your boiler caught fire. So it's a good job to put itself out, otherwise your building would have burned. So that's. He said. I said, well, what could happen? He said, well, did you smell it burn? I said, yeah. I said, where were you? Just somewhere. I said, well, to be fair, at any point that could have gone bang and blown out, took out half the warehouse. It's like,
good to know.
Awesome, thanks for that. I was near death.
Near miss there.
Good, great, thank you.
Was that a near miss or a near hit? I can never really tell.
Well, oh look, a deer.
Nah.
Yes.
Too pointy.
It's a horny deer.
I was waiting for that. Good job.
Anyway, back to Black Mesa.
Yeah, let's just check the comments one more time.
Oh, every time.
It caught fire magically. Now it's Chet did that.
Cool.
Right, so Black Mesa. Black fucking Mesa. Let's get this over and done with. Awful game. Spoiler alert. Nah, I'm just going to do
it. Yeah. It's for me. It's very nostalgic. It feels nice that they've put their own stamp on it. Yet it still feels like playing the original game. I've got all those memories flooding back to. Oh, I remember this bit. Oh, I remember this bit.
They fixed the detaching from ladders problem.
But I love ladders in early first-person shooters. I prefer so much to just press A to go on the ladder. No, I just want to walk up to it and just magically stick to it.
That's like. Yeah, because, I had this moment where I had a bit of a brain fart forgetting you had to press a button. You know the part where you have to jump, there's the ladder, we've spoken about this, but there's a ladder and an elevator shaft. Is it an elevator shaft?
Lift shaft.
Is, yeah. And I always got an elevator shaft because Americans.
Oh yeah, we forgot your American skater anyway.
Don't forget, Americans, well actually no one in here is watching it as American. Does anyone here understand American? Right, it's a lift shaft then. No one's that's the answer, but I'm going to assume no.
Yeah.
Unless anyone here is American? Anyone listening that's American? You don't count, go away. So there's a ladder at the back of it. And the idea is...
North Korean missile, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
America's gone.
I just buzzed the deer.
Oh, damn it. So, you're supposed to then stick to this ladder, and I forgot it's not an old school shooter. So I'm running and I fucking make the jump, and all of a sudden Gordon just goes, duh, and then just fucking peels off the wall and falls down the shaft. And I was like,
and your posture of scientists and security guards that you've been collecting just looked at you and thought, what a dickhead.
yeah, what the fuck was Gordon just doing? I was like, well, he never talks. He doesn't really talk much, so don't know. He didn't even, bless him, he didn't even scream as he fell down the shaft.
Yeah.
But, yeah, forget. Press the button, because you don't just kind of...
Yeah, and as you fall down, all you hear is vital signs, critical.
Like, no shit, I just fell to my death. Good job, suit.
I love the HEV. I really want, if ever they sort of like get your Google Health app, your health app on your phone, so it like sort of tells you when you're ill. I wanted to have the HEV sound effects.
Oh my god!
If you actually wake up one, it just goes vital signs, critical, seek medical attention. Oh shit!
It's almost as bad as the Google Wear. There was the Moto 360 Google smartwatch.
Yeah.
There's actually a GoldenEye health bar for it. The GoldenEye N64 game. The armor and health bar is actually on the watch as a watch face.
Do they go down?
I have no idea. I haven't tried shooting anyone that's wearing one.
Well, you can find out. Anyone who's got one, can you please volunteer? And anyone who's got a shotgun, can you also volunteer?
Challenge accepted. Let's do this.
I'm going to use mine. I don't want the sort of the evidence timed back to me.
Sure. Okay. Just strike that from the record, but know that we are asking seriously.
Volunteers, welcome.
Edit it out. Okay.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah.
Just remember though, we're being serious. But still.
No, we're not.
We might be.
But we might be.
You never know. But we need volunteers.
Cool.
Anyway, so sticking to ladders.
That's great fun. I love that you walk up to the ladder, you magically stick to it, then you have to leap off it at the
You have
top.
to be like 30 feet away and you still stick to it.
Yeah.
Ladders have their own kind of gravity.
Ladders are magic.
Magic ladders. Yeah. That was the day of like late 90s shooters. It was like, oh hey, let's go this way. Hang on, fuck, I can't move, I'm stuck to a ladder.
I still much prefer that than the walk up to and have to press an action key to grab onto the ladder. I just want to be able to, because you can just leap and jump between them if you're clever.
So, okay, so it's been a long time since we've played old shooters.
Yes.
Health packs. Oh, I completely forgot about health packs.
Oh, health packs.
Not having that kind of, oh look, I've just been shot.
I'll take cover for 5 minutes.
Like that's not a thing in Black Mesa. It wasn't a thing in Half.
No.
Full damage.
Isn't it refreshing not having a health?
God, mate, the full damage, the fucking environmental damage. I was like, when was this a thing? Oh yeah, the old days.
Yeah.
Back when games took skill.
Jump off a box. Oh, one thing they have put into it, which I forgot about. I'm pretty sure one of the original Half-Life, is the boxes. They've explosive boxes in this one.
Yeah, that surprised me. Let's just say I lost a lot of health when I was going through one part of the game with 1 health. Man. I fucking saved behind me. I was like, no.
I was just the bit just after where you get out the lab. By the time I got back to the top and met the security guard at the top, I had 12 health left, and he basically sort of escorts you back through. So he takes and shoots everything for you.
Yeah. Oh, he got killed on mine. He did not do a very good job.
Oh no, I used him as an escort. He sort of shot everybody for me and got through.
Oh, lucky fucking you, moment, Gordon. Dead. And I was like, shit, I've got nothing, I can't fight. Where's the fucking crowbar? I'm sure I got the crowbar before here. Run! And that was my thing.
Cool. Yeah, well, he helped me along. This is one bit where I walk into a room, there's a zombie there, and the zombie sort of turns around and looks at me. I was like, get him, guy, and he starts shooting zombie. The zombie just looks at me, picks his barrel, just throws it at me and kills me. Just
a thought, we haven't actually explained what Half-Life really is. So, for anyone that doesn't know...
It's the greatest game ever made.
God, I died a little bit. Fuck.
Alright, for the
4 people who haven't played on a
never
PC.
heard of Half-Life, all the ones who believe that Half-Life is a myth.
And may very well be. We might just be delusional.
Could be.
We've been playing a fan remake of a game that doesn't exist.
It's a first-person shooter. Old-school first-person shooter. You are Gordon Freeman, you are a scientist, and here's the highly detailed plot of the series.
Get the fuck out of the lab, because shit went wrong.
Yeah, basically, you have...
Play Doom! I'm so glad you reminded me about that.
Doom is the same plot line, basically.
Yeah.
You go down. You start the game. You go.
At least the main character got a name. I mean, Doom Guy.
Yeah, who's basically like, but he was actually the same guy from Wolfenstein, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So you start off. You walk down.
Well, Wolfenstein 3D.
Yeah.
If we want to be specific, because Wolfenstein and Wolfenstein 3D are different series.
Okay. But yeah, basically, Gordon Freeman. No one seems to like him in Black Mesa. Everybody seems to like him in the original Half-Life, but no one seems to quite like him in Black Mesa.
They were alright to him. Just they didn't seem very.
I know. So
they seem to be rather. Kind of
bitchy.
Yeah.
What was this? I've lost a bet. You've turned up on time. You've turned up today.
It's like fuck off.
You get a feeling that Gordon Freeman was just a freeloader who just doesn't bother. He
doesn't do any work.
No, he goes PhD through like all those sort of pay a bit of money to school and you get it type thing.
Well,
which is probably why he's got the job of actually going into the dangerous test chamber and pushing things into the big laser beam.
Yep. Although I am curious how he managed to get his degree, how he got his qualifications from MIT, because he doesn't really say much. And in the grand scheme, I don't really think that...
Yeah, but there's a lot of writing, isn't there?
But I don't think wailing around a crowbar either really qualifies for a degree.
Well,
Though you never know.
Physics.
Yeah, you know, I didn't think of that. I'm going to have to go to university, try and get a physics degree and just wail around a crowbar at people. So,
if you beat up enough professors with a crowbar, you'll get your physics degree.
Challenge accepted.
Now, this question I'll ask you. Did you have a bug where it cut off some of the text? No, it's obviously the answer to that. Well, rather than sit there looking really confused, you could say, no, I didn't.
What text?
So as you're going along, it says, like, Gordon Freeman, it tells you basically what you're basically...
Oh, yeah, sure,
yeah.
As you go through the tram at the start.
Yeah, so basically I went through and it says, subject name, Gordon Free.
I didn't actually notice, to be honest.
Yeah, basically it cuts off. It's almost like the text box isn't big enough.
Did you notice that at one point, so when you put on the suit, this music starts playing for like the first time in the entire fucking game. By the way, one positive point already. Don't take this the wrong way. It's got a good soundtrack, the remake. But I found that the music and the dialogue was a little unbalanced. Like, the suit is talking and going through its startup procedure.
To be fair...
And then all of a sudden the music's like...
To be fair, that's the same problem with the first Half-Life as well.
I don't remember that being a thing.
There was a bit in the first Half-Life where you get in the suit, and I'm sure that the music starts, you can't hear the suit over the music.
I was like, what the fuck?
But at least you've got on-screen text this time telling you what the suit's saying.
I had to turn on the subtitles at some points.
It was quite nice to... I just thought that's just when I did that memory that came flying back of putting on the suit the first time, it's, welcome to the HEV, has this environmental vehicle system. That Caputo voice, it's got that sort of monotone, matter-of-fact, major fracture detected. Severe blood loss detected. Seek medical attention.
I found that quite offensive at points. I was like, fuck off, Sue. I know I just got wailed on by some big geezer. Don't be a dick. I'm trying my best. I'm going to go over to that drinks machine and rob the fuck out of it.
Yeah, and get my 10 points of health off the drinks machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Mountain Dew. Knew it always works.
Yeah, damn right. Fucking Gordon's buzzing like a madman. The one he moves so fast.
Do you think that actual fact everything that's gone Half-Life is just a Gordon's Mountain Dew imagination fever?
Hell yeah, he's been buzzing.
Basically, it's a game about the serial killer who goes mad one day, starts killing all his scientist chums, apart from the ones who've got a stock into him and terrified and have to work with him. And then the police go in as SWAT team to try and take him down, but he's so drunk on Mountain Dew he kills them all.
That's it.
And at the very end, he has a massive trip where he thinks he's on an alien planet and actually ends up killing like load of civilians.
Yeah, probably school children. They look like
aliens. Actually, the thing there does look like a big baby.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Gordon Freeman's favoured imagination.
There you go, he's a fucking serial killer.
Yeah, he is. He's a psychopath serial killer. It's like Meet the Pyro video. He's this absolute serial killer.
Bless him. Poor Gordon.
Yeah, it explains so much about that game. It makes it a lot more sense than putting it.
You know, Sam, we're rewriting Half-Life.
Yes, we are rewriting Half-Life. Half-Life 2 takes place in a coma.
There you go. All you people that love Half-Life, you're clearly fucking psychopathic Mountain Dew fans.
I like the fact that they tried to make it tie in with Half-Life 2 a bit by you meet Kleiner, who's the scientist, who's the sort of main scientist, and you meet him also when he's a bit younger, so he looks very similar. He's got sort of bit. They've made him look a bit younger.
Oh shit.
I
weren't paying attention to who was there, to be honest.
He's the guy who basically escorts you down to the test chamber.
Oh, okay, right.
And then you go to the black scientist, Eli.
Mm.
And he's in Half-Life 2 as well. Again, it's like a younger version of him. And he so you meet him, and then you go off and do the...
You do the magic.
You go do the sciencey thing. Yeah.
You go and do some science.
I'm going to go do science. What's my job? You're pushing a cart into a laser beam. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Who, of all the people here, who's most expendable? Gordon.
Get in there, Gordon. Yeah. You just got a lovely degree from MIT, you player.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Oh, yeah, I think Gordon actually is just a klutz.
No one likes Gordon.
No one likes Gordon. They put him in the most dangerous job in the thing of, like, walking to a...
If that's what a degree from MIT gets you.
Not being funny, they've got robots. They don't need Gordon to push a trolley into a laser beam.
If that's what a degree from MIT gets you, and yet everyone else in this day and age, everyone's getting replaced by robots.
Look,
I'm sorry, Gordon.
It's because it's from the Memphis Institute of Technology. That's why, you see, it's not MIT, it's the other MIT.
It's not the good one. It's not the big one.
Yeah.
It's like saying, yeah, mate, I've got my degree from Yarmouth. Yarmouth College. What? Yeah. Exactly the same degree as what you get from Oxford or something, but fucking Yarmouth.
Yeah.
Scum.
Yeah. What's your degree in car theft?
You get the same degree in car theft in London, no one's really all that concerned, but that's the one time when you get a degree from Yarko, it holds up higher than the stuff you get from Oxford. Like, goddamn.
Oh dear, good old Yarko.
Bless him.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. You weren't so keen on it, but then you weren't keen on the original Half-Life, so, that kind of makes sense, really, doesn't it?
Right, so I want to throw out there, it was not a bad game. Right, but I'll take back, so the other week I did have a massive fucking hissy, but I'm not a huge fan of the fanboyism and the hype train behind Half-Life. I constantly hear people saying to me, Half-Life, PC gamers fucking, like the best game, 1998 to fucking the end of, like the heat death of the universe, right? And, great story, amazing pacing, and... the gun mechanics are amazing, gunplay is amazing, and I'm thinking to myself, but really in the grand scheme of things, as a modified Quake engine, it didn't play that well. It didn't look particularly great for the time, and the story's shit. I mean, as you said, we've already played Doom. We don't need Doom with a guy that's got a name. I mean, we could have always said, he's the MIT guy, because no one gives a shit about Gordon. I found the gunplay to be kind of weak. And if Half-Life, if Half-Life was the best game that PC gaming had to offer, no wonder we still have consoles. Right? I apologise for launching on you the other time, but I honestly do think to call it overrated would be cruel to people who do like the game, because that would mean I'm calling them stupid for saying it's an okay game. I don't think it's the best game in the world. It's alright, but there are so many games that came out at the time that were probably more fun. But then again, PC gaming has had this issue where not early days of PC gaming, but kind of the 90s didn't have that many great PC games. You had a few, but then you always had these ones, it's a fucking great game, and it turns out it was actually really crap in comparison to what people were playing on Super Nintendo or on the Mega Drive or whatever. Whilst it may have looked better, it played like absolute shite, or the story was absolute shite, and whilst the PC was the superior platform power-wise, no one really utilised it properly. But then teething issues, right? Black Mesa is not a bad game. It looks nice for what it's building on. I like the fact that they've not just carbon copied. They've not Control-C, Control-V level layouts.
They've put a lot of forward effort forward to, haven't they?
Yeah, the tunage was pretty good. All in this, it's not. It wasn't bad, but I could think of many a game that I'd have rather have been playing. And even back in the days of Half-Life's launch, 1998, I played GoldenEye 007. Came out a year before. Much preferred to Half-Life, and I even preferred the story because it was just better. I was still playing Doom. I was still playing Quake. I was still playing Turok Dinosaur Hunter. My opinion, a better game, more fun. Speaking of Turok, actually, one of the things I did like about Half-Life, and we did joke about the ladder mechanics of Black Mesa, you know, we have to jump across the crates. I love, or I miss first-person shooters with the kind of the jumping puzzles, the platforming segments. Don't get me wrong, not the greatest thing in the world, but when you nail a jumping puzzle or something in a first-person shooter, you fucking feel like you've achieved something. Yeah. My God, that's a bastard.
Every jump is a...
Yeah, that's it. You're like, right, I'm going to make this. I'm going to make this. Oh, shit, I fell to my death. How did that happen? I had it lined up. There was nowhere I could go other than, well, there or there. And somehow I managed to completely miss.
So I managed to go over there.
Yeah, I managed to... You know that flight of stairs? I was just walking up. Somehow I managed to just launch myself through that wall over there. Not a big deal. Not a bad game. Not great. And for people who keep shoving the Half-Life story down my throat, fuck off. It doesn't have a story. It really doesn't.
I think the confusion has come from Half-Life 2 that had a more in-depth story, and in that was relatively light compared to some other games. But I think people forget actually about how story light the first one was. They sort of like, because Half-Life 2 had a lot more stories.
People are just blending them in together.
Half-Life 2 had a lot more story into it and a lot more background. There's a lot more background to Half-Life 2. They're definitely trying to tell more of a story of Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
But Half-Life 1 actually was very light. I mean, there's literally it's
the entire first part of the story is get out. Shit's gone bad.
I think people also think that people have got such good stories because it has that long opening section where nothing really happens.
Sure. Which you get to look around from the tram.
Yeah, and it does a lot of scene setting very early on, which is neat. And at the time, not a lot of games had done that. There was not a lot. I mean, there aren't many games where you spend basically the first hour and a half and you don't do anything really, apart from walk around and so forth. So it's a scene, but then actually from that point on, there isn't actually really any story from that point on.
No, it's basically survive at that point.
Yeah. So we've been asked a question. Did you read the Concerned online comic? Yes, I have.
No.
Okay, Concerned comic is a good comic. It's written by a chap called Christopher Livingstone. Do you remember I showed you those modern text adventures where they got Dishonored? They did it.
Yes.
Same guy.
Sure.
And he basically what's called Concerned set in Half-Life 2. He did it all on Gary's mod. And basically, it's the life and death of Gordon Freeman. And basically, what it is you play Gordon Freeman goes through the same plot line as Gordon Freeman, but he's ahead of him. So he sees it all first. And he basically is this idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. He basically explains what's going on and explains the sort of weird plot things. Like in Half-Life 2 is a bit where you go to a place called Ravenholm. And there's like this sort of, it's basically where the sort of headcrab has taken over. It's been bombed by all these headcrab bombs, and the whole place become for the zombies effectively. It's the zombie section of Half-Life 2. And there's all these circular saw blades you can pick up with the gravity gun and then shoot and cut zombies in half with.
Sure.
And the Concerned comic, the joke is he accidentally orders too many of them. It's a running joke that he orders too many. He also orders way too many explosive barrels at the very start of the game when he works for the convoy, which is why there's so many explosive barrels all over the place and when you play through as Gordon Freeman.
Fucking explosive barrels.
Yeah.
Explosive crates in Black Mesa.
Oh, mate, there was a moment I went to say, crate, bubba. Oh, it's explosive. I'm going to stop right now.
I didn't notice.
The first time I got caught out. The second time I was like, oh, it says explosive, because I had my posse with me at the time.
Your little crew.
3 security guards and 2 scientists.
Scientists, you useless bastards.
Yeah, they opened doors.
The voice acting school of Bethesda, insult to the team. I apologise. No one's voice acting team is as good as Bethesda's.
Yeah.
They have more than one, I think.
I think they've got more than 2, even.
Bethesda definitely doesn't. It's just a dude that does a high and low voice.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sorry for the lass that does the voice acting for Bethesda's games. I apologise. No, I don't. You do exist, but let's be honest. Your team's a bit thin.
First the voice acting, two people.
Two guys.
Two people, man and woman, one for the female, one for the male, and then you get one slightly sort of C-list celebrity to be one of your main characters.
C, that's pretty high.
Patrick Stewart, he's pretty good.
Wow. Okay.
No,
I'll give you that. He's got a shiny down.
Yeah, it's true. Yes.
You know, you can't argue with a man.
Then Liam Neeson in one of them. Not Liam Neeson. This is Liam Neeson, the one who does all the action films. Is it Liam Neeson? Neeson, that's it. Liam Neeson, he does and he's atrocious voice acting. It's so shit, it's amazing.
Next you're going to tell me they had Nicolas Cage in one. Oh my god.
Probably.
I fucking hate Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, so, you know, voice acting.
There you go.
It's a bit
job, guys.
No, the original voice acting wasn't great anyway, so it feels quite in keeping for me.
Just kept it going. How many people do we have to employ when we only had a couple sounds in the first game? Cool.
Yeah, they've used the opportunity to make it tie in a bit more. So like you they make a joke over, you know, suppose the joke is that you're meant to actually, when you go to the microwave, actually burnt the Breen, the bad guy in Half-Life 2, you actually burnt like his dinner in the microwave in the first game. And they say, you do know who's, if you do it now, the old one they didn't say anything, the new one they say, you do know whose lunch you just burnt. Well, you just did that. It's his own fault for leaving it in the microwave, to be honest. If you're going to leave it in the microwave all day long, that's his own fault.
Yep.
So,
especially when shit's going down like that. I mean, come
on.
No,
this to be fair, this is pre it all going wrong. I mean, yes, if it's afterwards, I don't think you complain too much. Like you burnt my lunch. Yes, there was a massive apocalypse, and we'd open portals all over the world that were bringing lots of alien monsters and creatures that were killing everybody. But you burnt my lunch.
I'll be honest, I didn't really pay attention to the microwave, which I should have done.
Yeah,
Look, right. I was late for fucking work, and people were nagging at me. Hi, Gordon. Fuck off. I'm late for work. I've got shit to do. I've had that security guy nagging at me like he was like, oh, you're always late, Gordon. Fuck you, mate. I'm going to go down there.
Push my trolley.
That's it. Shut the fuck up. Where's my suit? I can't let you in until you've got your suit.
It's great. I love the fact the most sciencey thing Gordon does with the whole thing is push a button and push a trolley into a laser beam. That's basically... I
want to smash their fucking face.
That's his contribution to science.
Right at the start of the game. Well, it's not right at the start of the game. After about 6 hours in a tram and being fucking called a dick by a security guard. So, you know, your mates, right, the two scientists you're working with, are like, okay, right, Gordon.
There's more than two. These all have the same character model.
Right, you're in the chamber, right, mate? And I need you to go over there and press the button. 2 seconds pass. Gordon, press the fucking button. You're like, whoa, what? I've literally only just come in here. Where am I going? Press the fucking button, Gordon! Jesus Christ! I'm like, what button, mate? Up there. Where? Fucking start screaming. I was like, I've literally been here for 2 seconds. Chill the fuck out. It's over there, is it? So I climb up the ladder. And it's almost like the guy was screaming at me like this fucking drunken parent. Like, for fuck's sake, Gordon, what are you fucking doing? Press the fucking button! The experiment, Gordon! I was like, he didn't literally freak out at me like that, but it felt like it because every 2 seconds the two bastards were nagging at me.
Yep.
And then after I pressed the button, I was like, okay, cool. Go fucking climb down the ladder, completely forget that I don't automatically stick to ladders, break both of my legs, push the cart, Gordon. I've got 2 fucking broken legs, mate. Come on.
He drags himself across the floor and sort of like with one hand pushes the cart. It's like I'm sure we could put a little track, a little railway track here.
Clawing myself along with my fucking teeth. It's like, stop being dicks. Oh shit, everything's gone wrong. We're all dead. And then 30 seconds later, I crawl out of the rubble. They're like, Gordon, you're still alive. I swear I'm going to give you the back of my fucking MIT graduating hand, motherfucker.
That was Kleiner who said that. Don't be mean to Kleiner.
Oh, I just want to kick the shit out of a lot of them. And which one's the geezer that complains, I haven't had a holiday in a minute. Fuck you. Get to work, punk ass. Get in my suit and get in that fucking thing and die.
Awesome.
Just say that game filled me with a slight amount of rage. And the fucking... Oh, my head crabs with a fucking crowbone. fucking do them in the head. I will say though, enemies in that game really thick.
Yeah,
I don't remember being that.
To be fair, we are. Amazingly, we've both played the game separately. We've both played. We've actually basically played the same amount of it, surprisingly. And we are at the early stage. The enemies are quite thick.
But there's thick, and then there's I can just circle strafe you and whack you in the head with a crowbar.
Yeah, but but circle strafe was such a key skill to have back in the day.
It was. Kids, if you don't know what circle strafing is, you haven't lived.
I remember the very first time when I learned how to circle strafe, it felt very liberating.
Yeah. Oh man, first time you see someone circle strafe, you're in a first person shooter in a death match, and you're like, what the fuck is he doing? There's some kind of magic. How's he moving and shooting me? Do you have anything else really to add?
No, I have not. So.
I'm going to say, look, it's not a bad game. But please, Half-Life fans. It's not really that good. It wasn't that groundbreaking. That's why I couldn't understand what everyone was jumping up and down about with the like Episode 3 or Half-Life 3 stuff. You can tell me it's influential until you're blue in the face, but not to any of the games I was really playing. It didn't have a particularly great flow. The story wasn't anything amazing. Gunplay was kind of shite, and for most of the people that I know that actually played it back in the day would say to me, multiplayer was probably the best in the Half-Life series. So, really. Your game's average. Even for the time, it was quite average. I mean, Twilight Dinosaur Hunter, fucking GoldenEye 007, Duke Nukem, Quake, obviously the earlier Wolfensteins. You had Sin, for fuck's sake, which I will admit had shitty loading times, but was still quite fun to play. All these other games that people seem to forget, and most of them came out before
Sin
Half-Life.
2 was one of the first Source games, you know.
I never played Sin 2.
Yeah, it was going to be the first attempt at episodic gaming, wasn't it? It's going to be like the first when episodic gaming, the idea of that came in. And they're going to do, the idea was they're going to release like a next part every month. And I think they did the first 2.
Very bad idea. A little bit too optimistic.
That relies on you actually being able to make a game in a month.
Yes.
And I think they suddenly discovered that, we can't.
Yeah, we've promised it, but we can't do it.
It's almost amazing that these games that we produce that take us 3 years to produce 12 hours content, we can't produce 3 hours of content in a month. Weird that. Yeah.
How long does it take us to make a game? Good couple of years, lads. Really? Oh, well, I've just promised everyone a month. A fucking month? What do you think we're doing?
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were just going to go play tennis and golf most of the time and
you guys do the work.
Oh shit!
How long? How long is?
Yeah,
how long could it be?
I'm just marketing, mate. I don't know how this fucking programming and
just
works.
write code faster.
Just face roll the keyboard a bit. Not that the marketing team will know what face rolling is, but
look, if I could sell it in a month,
is that
therefore logically you can make it in a month.
Is that why Half-Life 3 never became a thing? Because the marketing department just got a little bit too overzealous and said, "Yeah, we'll have."
To be fair to Half-Life 3, Valve basically didn't do any marketing on it whatsoever. No. Which actually I thought was probably the worst thing they could ever done. If they had said we're going to look at producing it and then didn't, and it went vaporware, people would.
Half-Life 3 and that story that you read. A lot of people I know complain the shit about it. That story, by any other name, people would have loved it.
Yeah.
But because it was called Half-Life, it's guaranteed to fail. Same thing with Duke Nukem Forever. What was the other game? Deus Ex Invisible War. By any other name,
yeah, it would have been okay.
People would have absolutely loved it because as far as the game is concerned, it's not that bad. Not brilliant. No. Not that bad. Then again, I shouldn't really give any opinions because as far as top PC games are concerned, I'm not actually a huge fan of any of them.
No.
What are some of the bigger games like Deus Ex, Half-Life, Thief?
Well, it depends it depends what sort of era we're talking here, doesn't it? Really, nowadays it'd be things like Call of Duty. Battlefield, Mass Effect.
Right. Call of Duty and the World War Twos.
Yes.
Alright. I didn't mind the goofy...
You can't beat tank cover behind a cow carcass in Call of Duty.
I didn't mind the goofy story of Modern Warfare, but I preferred World War Two. Battlefield Vietnam. You can't beat Battlefield Vietnam. Soundtrack was amazing.
I prefer Battlefield 1942 to Vietnam.
No, which is fair. It's not. In fairness, come on. The older Battlefield games, fucking hilarious. Yeah. And the fact that the medic was so overpowered.
I have one thing to say about Battlefield. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
No, we're done. We're done. Right, other top games for PC. And Ghost Recon, not Ghost Recon.
Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six weren't bad.
Of course,
I hate
things like UT, Quake.
I still play UT and Quake. Oh, new UT coming.
Duke Nukem in its day.
Duke Nukem didn't age. Shame. The only problem with Duke Nukem Forever really was that Duke Nukem as a character didn't age well. It was a very 80s and 90s character, and rocking on, 2000.
The character you got away with is a character when you were like 15, you didn't mind playing as him, right? When you're 25, it's like. Oh, this is a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit.
I didn't find Duke Nukem Forever to be a horrible game, but you could really tell that Duke Nukem was a character of the times. The fact that it was a throwback just kind of made me chuckle a bit.
Yeah.
Same with Black Mesa, to be honest. The fact that it was a throwback to shooters of old really just kind of made me smile a bit, because I do miss the old days of shooters. Thinking of 3 more games that I'd rather played than Half-Life. Marathon 1, Marathon 2 Durandal, and Marathon Infinity.
Oh, I forgot Doom.
Yeah.
I've got to play PC games. Got Doom.
Can't forget Doom. I love Doom. Not particularly great at Doom, to be honest. I suck at the multiplayer in Doom, but hey.
I had the Doom collection on the old PS1. Well, I played on the PS2, obviously, but I had the Doom collection disc.
I've got a PS1 version of Doom. Can I just throw out a few more reasons why Quake and Doom and Marathon are better than Half-Life?
Yes.
Well, just one really.
One.
They run on a Raspberry Pi.
Sure, Half-Life 2. What Half-Life 1 was?
No one has put the right for a game that everyone sucks the dick of, everyone absolutely loves, and I don't mean that in a nasty way. For a game that everyone thinks is so good, no one has bothered to port it to Raspberry Pi, which would be absolutely amazing.
I find that incredibly surprising.
Yeah, well, it kind of blew my mind too, and the fact that the original
Pi is more powerful enough to play it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because you can play. I was playing Quake 3 Arena on a Raspberry Pi Zero, a £5 computer. I actually sat down there by the telly in the white case. I was playing Quake 3 on that the other day. Marathon 1, 2, and Infinity, not a problem. I'm thinking to myself, why hasn't anyone actually put Half-Life on it? I'm sure that there are people who have tried to emulate the x86 version, but why has no one tried to? I'm surprised Valve hasn't done it themselves, just for a laugh. Here you go, because they support Linux gaming. Why not give us Half-Life on the Pi, just for a laugh? Even the first one, just for a laugh.
Do it, Valve. Come on, Gaben.
Look, Gabe, seriously. I spend so much money on your fucking platform, it's not even funny. I spent 54 quid today for no reason on games on a platform that I don't even use. Give them Half-Life on the Raspberry Pi, because I don't know why I hold that up so high, but the fact that all these other games do run on, and the folks of UT, give us Unreal Tournament, the first one on Raspberry Pi, that would be fucking brilliant. Give people who do only have Raspberry Pis as a computer, a decent LAN game. I mean, don't get me wrong, Quake 3 is a decent land game, but give them a bit more flavour.
Yeah.
Just, I'll finish on that.
Same.
So, not a bad game, not an awful game, but really quite overhyped. I won't say overrated. The hype train is really nasty on that one.
I think I would sign off by saying, if you really like Half-Life back in the day, it's a worthy remake.
Yeah, sure.
It's a worthy remake of the game in the day. It feels very much...
It's very much a shooter of the game.
It's definitely made by a group of people who love the original.
Mm-hmm.
So, it feels nice and old-fashioned. It's very refreshing, actually, in a weird way. And it will trigger your nostalgia muscles when you play it.
And if you haven't played the original Half-Life games, it was still worth taking a crack at.
Yeah.
I just know that the physics are a little less broken.
Yeah, well, see, in Half-Life 1, the physics didn't really exist, so they were just sort of old school
stick
physics.
to ladder, launch 30 feet across the room.
Yeah.
Not bad games, but again,
You could rocket jump.
Yeah, you could rocket jump. It's just based on the Quake engine. Of course, you could fucking rocket jump. That was one thing that someone actually shouted at me. Oh yeah, you could do this. I was like, it's Quake engine, mate. Rocket jump's like standard, dude. But not bad. I would like to try and play Half-Life multiplayer because I've never played Half-Life 2 multiplayer.
Right, Half-Life 2 Deathmatch is hilarious because you have the gravity gun.
Sure.
And you can do things. So you've not lived until you've killed somebody by throwing a radiator at them.
You did tell me about that back in college. Because, I mean, you were trying to convince me back in the day of how awesome Half-Life was. I remember you telling me about the gravity gun. And I was like, super happy fun times, but, I like rocket jumping.
But you can just go... Half-Life Deathmatch, there were guns in it. Most people just use the gravity gun, just rip things, raise it. Because you just go and just rip a radio off or just throw it at somebody and kill them.
Mm. I remember Half-Life looking so much better as well back in the day. But then again, it was back in the day. The nostalgia goggles were there. It was pretty hardcore. Yeah. What was the other one? Something else that kind of clicked with them. Just what I'll throw out there. I prefer some of the Half-Life mods to Half-Life. I prefer, Counter-Strike. I'm not a huge fan of Counter-Strike, but it's a fun little game to dig around in. Of the kind of Black Mesa and Aperture Science, Portal has a massive hype train going for it, but I found Portal to be more fun than Half-Life. Just because I got to dick around in it quicker, and it just felt more engaging than Half-Life, because Half-Life was literally Doom, but way too far in the future. Like, in Doom, I kind of expected shit or guidance, kind of like Duke Nukem and that, because it was so early in the day. But with Half-Life to say to me, Gordon, get to the surface, and then for the next 2 hours, it felt so empty in places as well. I felt underwhelmed. I didn't really feel particularly challenged. I think you played it for about 3, and I played it for about 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, well, literally, I've been ill all week and I've had headaches. I can't. I've not been able to look at a PC screen until basically today.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got home from work about 5, so that's 6. Literally put on there. So I played about 2.5, 3 hours before I had to come over. That was basically what I've been able to play because I've been ill. I had planned to play it all week, but
I only played it for one or two days in split sessions.
Yeah,
I know it's a game that I will play through because I want to know what else they've done. But it's not a game that I could sit there and nostalgia gush over. I'd probably rather sit there and play Marathon 1.
Fair enough.
Better story. If you've played Halo, it's Marathon. Just saying.
Halo is Marathon, that Half-Life is to do.
Well, that's the other thing that I didn't quite get as well the other week when you said how Half-Life was so influential. I just don't see it. You know, when you look at some of the bigger games that have sold over the last decade, let's say Halo's one of them. That definitely was not inspired by Half-Life at all.
No, but
that was inspired by its own series.
Yeah, influence doesn't have to mean it has to influence every popular thing that came after it. Same with films. You know, there are a lot of films that
I can't think of any that it's. For me personally, in the first-person shooters that I've played, I can't see much of anything because to me, Half-Life didn't really do anything new. It wasn't that groundbreaking to me. But then I played first-person shooters on PC, Mac, and console. So I've had a wider view of the shooter genre than most PC games. Most PC gamers have no idea that Marathon even existed. Better story than Half-Life. You know, I just don't see it. Even the detachable camera, that was a cheat in some games back in the day before Half-Life. So the fact that you can fuck around during a cutscene isn't that big of a deal. I'm struggling to think of anything that it...
Okay.
I'm not saying it's bad. I just feel that maybe some people are ill-informed. Or maybe if they'd have had a taste of these other games first, Half-Life wouldn't have been put up on this podium where now the series is dead because you can't beat the hype.
Yeah. Yes. It was a victim of its own hype.
Would it be nice to see a third, Half-Life 3 or whatever? Sure. Is it necessary? Like, I don't know how Half-Life 2 Episode 2 finished.
Finished on the cliffhanger.
Oh, there you go. It would be nice to have seen the third part of it, I'm sure, but I can think of quite a few games that ended on a cliffhanger that should have probably had follow-ups, to be honest. But so can you think of any examples before we move on to the next topic? Before we go to your next game?
Not after 2 cans of Carling, I can't.
Sure.
But
there probably are.
But if it's been a long day for me because I had alarm call-outs this morning, so my brain's a bit frazzled. Yeah.
I've had to deal with kids.
The joy of being a manager, you get alarm call-outs and have to go.
Joy's a bit
drive
I've had to deal with about fucking 20 kids all day.
Oh, yeah, but you just put like a couple of cups of rum into the sort of shared punch.
Oh, mate, I wish. No, it was bad enough as is because they were all raging at each other. So,
yeah.
Joys of taking kids to laser tag.
Laser tag? Where do you laser tag? Yeah.
No, Pirate Pete's actually.
Where you laser tag?
Yeah, Pirate Pete's have an after hours laser tag.
Awesome. What system are they using? Are they using Quasar or are they using someone else?
You know, I'm going to be honest, I have no idea. But it was broken.
Quasar's very... Because laser tag is... It's popular more in other countries. It's not so popular over here.
No.
So
remember the first laser tag we had was down on the high street?
Was it?
We had a... there used to be a big kind of bric-a-brac shop. And like a pick-and-mix shop.
That also had laser tag in it.
Well, no, they when it went out of business, all of a sudden it became like a laser tag. It was a fucking huge building. Had down by the beach had laser tag on it. Laser tag on it. I don't know. Well, clearly, it wasn't that popular because they got shut down. But
laser tag's one of those things that it works if you've got other things in it. You can't just have a whole building dedicated to it because the sheer cost.
It was literally just laser tag, and this was. You're probably talking mid-90s.
Yeah.
There was no way.
I've been working on building some laser tag guns myself, using Arduinos.
Good choice.
Yes, and I've got reasonably far, but I think perhaps my ambitions are I want to all connect via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi.
The ones that they had, I mean, seriously, mate, if next time I'll invite you down there, you'll have to deal with some screaming kids. But the technology, well, let's put it this way.
It's multiplayer games, ain't going to work for me.
Oh, it don't matter because
is there a single player mode I can do?
What, laser
Where is everybody? I can't.
As he starts turning the gun on himself and shooting himself, or you're in one of those cloaked multiplayer modes where you can't see the other player, so all these kids are running around you and you're just going, what? It's awfully quiet around here as he steps on 6 kids.
Yeah. I'll bring my TV remote with me.
It was the system they use is quite neat because they have these big briefcases that obviously you use for storage for the guns, but it also has like a little LCD screen on it, and it will tell you who has the highest score, and it updates in real time.
That does sound a lot more modern, yeah.
It's neat, and you have they've got sensors in the thing so you can't fucking pistol whip the other kids because you have to hold the gun with two hands to actually activate it. So you can't just run around fucking dual wielding and start wrecking people.
Oh, that's boring.
Each gun has a username tied to it.
Can I jump sideways and fire like Max Payne?
No, shamefully, no bullet time. Although we did check to see different ways that you could hold the gun and shoot. Because they're like, oh yeah, you have to hold two hands. So just for a laugh, me and you'll have to run around with guns pressed to our foreheads and shooting people. But
strap a warm flannel to it, that'll probably work.
You know, I need to check, but then again, whilst we were there, I know we've gone from Half-Life to laser tag, I wanted to bust out a soldering iron and just repair some of them guns because, oh my god, when electronics don't work and it's as simple as the setup they had there, I was just like, why doesn't the fucking sensor work? The gun isn't working. I just want to fucking crack it open and get a soldering iron and fix the fucking thing. So please just fix your guns. If you're charging that much for it, fix your guns. Wasn't cheap.
No. What's the going rate now?
I think we paid 200 quid.
For how many?
16. Yeah. And the food was crap. So I'm just
How
saying.
many games did you get out of that?
I think it was about 2.5 hour session. We played.
Oh, well, that's not so. Actually, that's not that bad, really.
It is when 2/3 of the guns didn't work.
Well, that's unacceptable. But if that is unacceptable.
The first time we played, I wouldn't have whined too much about the price. The guns worked most of the time. Food was decent. I will say the atmosphere is much different in this playthrough, but then it is dark. It's a different time of year.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Some of them places in Pirate Pete's are creepy as fuck when it's pitch black. You're trying
Five
to navigate.
Nights at Freddy.
Pretty much, mate. Holy Christ! You're trying to run because so for anyone that doesn't know, Pirate Pete's is like a climbing frame and obstacle course thing for kids, like a soft play thing for kids. You can't see a fucking thing, so you're running along and you're trying to miss like all of these foam wrapped bars.
Oh, this is a normal area. It's not like in a separate bit.
No fucking hell, mate! You can go down slides and you're climbing over these so that's quite funny.
Awesome.
You see these little kids though. They're trying to climb over these I don't know. There's like a cargo net thing that they all climb over, and there was
is there a ball pit?
Yes.
The
fucking kids that were hiding in the ball pit, and all of a sudden you see this glowing gun just like... You're like, oh fuck! As you try and dive out of the way.
That's what I would have done.
And I'm going to be honest, I go a bit retarded because I tend to... I'm trying to keep the kids entertained, and I'm trying to make them have a laugh in there. Some of the other parents there was 2 other parents running around with us, maybe 3. The first time we played, none of the other parents joined in. This time there was a dad that was literally sat in the youngest kids area, just like this. Fucking sniping us from...
For the audio listeners, Skazz was doing the reverse prone position for the sniper.
He was like fucking tucked down. He was hiding in one of the slides, the sneaky bastard. I was like, you do know that's for like the 2-year-olds, and this is fucking...
Look, in war...
That's it.
They don't care how old the kids are.
The first time we played, you weren't allowed to go into the young kids area. So the fact that there was this dad hanging off the side of the kids area shooting the shit out of us was hilarious. But you see these kids climbing up the cargo nets, and there's because Ulath is so tall, our mate Tim. He fucking just practically steps over it, and then there's me, I run round, all the kids are stopped as they're trying to climb over it, and I just fucking catapult myself over the top of it. So I lose no momentum as I'm shooting 3 kids running round. They're like, don't stop. Really fun. But like I say, because it's so dark, running along, BAM! Right into a fucking pole as you ricochet off it, or you're going down the slide and you get stuck, or... Fucking 5 kids ambush you in the ball pin, and hilarious. No special zones, man. No areas that you don't... Look, I'm a fucking 32-year-old man. Some of them spaces, I am too old for this shit. Right, I'm gonna climb up. Fuck. I'm too old. My back's gone. I can't get up. Or I can't go back down either. So you kind of like just laying there going, trying to shoot the kids.
Oh dear.
It's great. You got to try it though. The system they use, I've looked it up price wise. Fuck. I don't know what it's made out of, but it's really goddamn expensive to buy a set of those kits.
Yeah, they are.
Or buy a kit of those random guns, and there are varying levels of the quality, complexity, what kind of different features they have. But for a set of guns that literally have a hand sensor, a laser pointer, a little LCD screen, and you can select team red, team green, or free for all. Fuck expensive. So you better be starting to make some cheaper alternatives, man. Because Jesus Christ,
I worked out the actual cost of making the bits out of the Arduino bits was dirt cheap. It's making the guns that's the expensive.
Well, the mouldings and stuff.
Well, mouldings, I can't do mouldings because I haven't got technology. So you can send places off that you get mouldings made for you, but that's not extortion. You only want, like, say, half a dozen. That's a bit extortionate.
You want to make
so what I was going to do was go to get some aluminium U channel, and basically cut notches so it can bend around to make the frame, and then just do some what probably called ABS plastic side panels.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I was going to do.
I will say now, make them as tough as fuck.
Oh, that's the idea.
Because we saw a couple of kids like they were running, and in old school gaming fashion, they stopped, but physics had a thing going on, and the rest of the things they had hold of just kept on moving. So the guns, this little kid's running along, stops. They screech to a halt, and the gun just goes, flies forwards.
Well, this is why most of them weren't working. Yeah. What they need to do is replace them with a load of Oculus Rifts, and they can do VR gun things, you see?
Oh my god. There was one kid that was pistol whipping other kids.
Awesome.
Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, so I've
enough about your children anyway.
I've had plenty of I've had plenty of experience in shooters today, so I would like to say that Half-Life and Black Mesa versus a room full of amped up, sugar-filled kids playing laser tag. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to give laser tag Game of the Year, at least in the fear factor, because my god, some of them kids get pretty into it.
Yeah.
Death, smack in the head. I almost lost a couple of teeth.
Awesome.
That was great.
Awesome. So my idea of attaching bayonets to my laser tag guns...
It's got to be done.
It's got to be done.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I would say hold back, but some of them kids really did need a fucking good stabbing. Stop it, you little bastard, as you get tackled.
How can I develop some sort of laser bayonet?
Can I throw out there as well?
NFC chips.
Just like everyone's wearing an NFC tag. These were little kids. These weren't even the big ones. This was the youngest kid's birthday.
Yeah, little kids are the most violent.
I know! Surprise! I was like, yeah, I can fucking handle these little... You get fucking tackled by them.
And they team up as well.
They do!
It's like watching an ant. You know, we see like the ants taking the giant tarantulas and stuff. It's like that, basically.
It was terrifying. Especially in the dark, with the disco ball and shit going on.
It's in flashbacks now.
That's it. I thought I could handle it, man. They were good.
You don't know, man. You weren't there. They were everywhere. They just murdered the ball pits.
They fucking did. Like 1 minute you thought you were safe, and all of a sudden the gun started flashing, and there was this kid just going, as they sat in the ball pit. Like, no! You try and dive for cover, and that's it. They got you. Bless it. This has nothing to do with gaming, but trust me, laser tag, you've got to try it. You have to go You have to go to Pirate Pete's, though. You haven't played the Pirate Pete's edition of laser tag. It is brutal as fuck. Those kids are mental.
There you go. Something we'll have to look forward to.
Game of the Year 2017. Fucking Pirate Pete laser tag. We said the guns are crap. Some of the parents get a little bit too into it.
Awesome. Parents always do.
Only when you got little kids, though. Man, they've got big kids. They don't seem to care.
Oh, at that point they've lost the love, haven't they?
Yeah. Bastards. How can you lose the love of laser tag?
That's what they say as little kids. They don't love me.
They're like, I don't want to be anywhere near my kids. Fuck you.
You know, when they're sort of 4 or 5, they're quite cute. Now they're sort of 9, 10. Sort of
9, 10.
The novelty's worn off.
Let them fucking go.
Yeah.
You lot look after them. You want to have a birthday party. You look after them. Like, alright. Bastards.
Right.
Slight derailment there.
Slightly derailment. Moving on.
Yes.
Awesome.
Build some laser tag guns. I want to see your designs.
Okay.
If not, I'll go and steal one from Planet Fleets and we'll just, do a bit of reverse engineering.
Yeah, why not?
And we'll probably fix their entire kit.
Probably.
Seriously, OCD kicked and I wanted to solve the whole lot up. I was like, oh, there's a broken gun. Quick, give me a screwdriver and a soldering iron. Am I the only one that does that? Am I the only one that feels like when there's a piece of broken kit there, I have to take it apart and repair it?
Oh no, I do the same thing.
It gets on my nerves. I was
when I see a computer, it's more for computer systems. When I see somebody on a computer, if it's just like, for example, I saw my boss the other day, and he was on a computer screen, and he right-clicked copy, right-clicked paste, and I had to say, no, you can't just do Control C and Control V. I was like, I couldn't leave it. I had to tell him Control C, Control V.
Even my nearly 7-year-old knows that.
Yeah.
Learn.
Control C, Control V. Just imagine.
He does occasionally click. He said,
just pretend you ain't got a mouse.
So he said, I didn't realise you had to click that. And I was like, oh, you don't have to. He was like, you don't have to. Yeah, you just press that button and that button. I was like, this whole another world just opened up to him. It's called shortcut key, mate. Although one of my children has this thing where he doesn't say shortcut, he says short cunt. So it's even there. Instant win.
Dad, what's the short cunt for?
Yeah, it's like, I took a short cunt. I was like, what did you just say? Short cunt. No, mate. Short cut. Cunt. Cut. Short cunt. No. Short. Oh, fuck it. Just go, mate. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Awesome.
Another game that beats. Yeah. Unreal. Unreal definitely beats Half-Life. So.
I didn't like Unreal.
When did you weren't there, man. Like I was fucking OCD, fucking PTSD. What was when did Tribes come out?
Oh, that was roughly a similar sort of time frame. That was in the.
So I remember playing it around the same time, but I don't remember exactly.
I think because it wasn't Tribes 2 that went big.
Yeah, Tribes 2 was fucking huge, mate.
That was early 2000s, I think. Tribes 2.
So I know that Quake 3 came out a year after, and UT came out in 2000. Someone's gonna scream at me for that.
Yeah, 2000. I'm sure UT. I think you're right. I think UT talk came in the year 2000. I'm sure you're right.
I loved UT.
Yeah.
2003 was a bit.
Can we move on now?
Yes.
Okay.
Because this is a highlight.
This is.
I know we've been talking about laser tag and beating children up with fucking pistol whipping stuffs and how fun it is to be an adult running around the kids' soft play area.
So to set the scene, last week I went to a works event for 3 nights. Yes.
I'm pointing to alcohol for the audio
for
viewers.
one of the nights there was a lot of carling consumed. Which meant that obviously my inhibitions are a bit lowered, and basically my credit card was available. Which meant that the next thing that happened, I was on Amazon ordering an Oculus Rift.
Oh, hang on, wait there. You got that on credit?
Yes.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Amazon for an Oculus Rift.
Yeah. Cheaper than I buy from Oculus.
Well, in fairness, it is Amazon. You could go to Amazon and say, like, yeah, I want to buy a penny. Oh yeah, that'll cost you
half a penny.
Yeah, you can. I want to buy 2 pence. That'll cost you a penny. Hang on a minute. I've sussed out how.
But you ain't some delivery.
Yeah, but what from a Prime member?
But it's off for but might be from an independent seller.
No, yeah, you have to get it on the old. It's one of those add-on deals. You have to buy like fucking 50 quid's worth before you can get it shipped.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, Oculus Rift on Amazon after a few drinks.
Yeah, so I got the Oculus Rift with the touch controllers.
Mm-hmm. So it was recently on sale, wasn't it?
Yes.
So was the Vive, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Vive went down to 600 quid. Okay. The Oculus went down to 400 quid for the touch controllers. So I got that, picked it up, and that was delivered while I was at work, so I literally got a message on my phone. Your parcel's been delivered. It's like
you sat there and you had cold sweats, you were rocking backwards and forwards.
So I went back, got home. So yeah, so it's an interesting thing. I mean, setting up wise, so I'll give you the whole history of it. So get home, setting it up.
For anyone that doesn't actually, can I just throw out there, Oculus Rift. This was one of the first things we talked about in the podcast.
Yeah,
that and the Omni, and 4 years.
Yeah,
it's only taken you 4 years to get a Rift.
Be fair, that was development kits back then, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. We finally got one.
I've got
podcast has gone round. We've got a Rift.
We've got a Rift in the house.
Now we need an Omni, and we're good to go.
Yeah. Then I can't use my room scale player, you see. So
what you're saying is I need to knock down a wall of your house to get you a bit of extra space so you can have an Omni.
It takes quite a while to set up. It took me probably about 45 minutes to set it up initially. You think it's the case? Well, you see, it's not just that. You see, you have to okay. So there's a few things.
I'm motioning to put a VR headset.
There's more to it than that. You need to. It's got the touch, which makes it a bit more complicated.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So you need, first of all, you need plenty of USB-free slots. Okay, and ideally they need to have their own independent controllers, not using a shared controller. You can have two. You can have two on a shared controller, and that's about it. Otherwise, the bandwidth is not there. Otherwise,
but hang on. So you got. Oh wow! What's the compatibility like for, say, like an Intel-based controller versus?
Oh, that's fine. It's all fine as long as. So basically, they say don't have more than two. Have a look. Make sure you've got no more than two USB 3s on one controller.
Right.
If you plug 3 or see, because you can buy. They say that you recommend buying expansion cards, obviously, which a lot of people would have to do to be able to get the USB 3s. But there's only a small range of expansion cards that have the expansion cards will have 4 USB 3s, but they'll be on one controller. So they're no good.
Sure.
So you need at least 3 USB 3s. You can use on some of the USB 2s, but they say USB 3 works better. Because you have two sets.
Have you tried it? Or?
I haven't tried it. I went straight to the USB 3 because I've got enough spare ports I could do it. You have 2 sets. Oh.
One. Dark, so we've got 2.
Well, you could use USB 2 for one of them if you need to.
I've got millions of those.
Yeah. So you have 2 sensors.
Sorry, I was just checking my PC for the audio viewers.
Yeah. 2 sensors. Which plug into one of the USB 3s, and the Oculus headset itself requires a USB 3 and an HDMI port.
Right, okay.
The HDMI is obviously the video, then USB 3 is used for feedback and audio.
Okay.
Interestingly. So you need at least 3 of those. So you plug it all in. So that's the first set. That's the easy part. It's all in the software.
Is it the Vive or the Rift that has the little box that you have to plug stuff into, which then comes
Yes, the Vive. Okay. The Rift goes straight into the back of the PC. There's no intermediary box in between it, which is, I think, better in a way, as long as you've got enough ports in the back of your PC to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
The worst bit is getting sensors set up, because you have to have they're very particular how they want them positioned. They've got a really wide field of view. I think they've got something like 120 degree field, no, more like 160 degree field of view. They're really wide field of view, but they need to be placed about 2 meters apart, ish, ideally. At least a meter apart, but no more than really 2.
Right.
They need to be positioned roughly so that they are. What's the best way to describe this? So they're level. So basically, when you're on your PC, they're both rough. They're roughly sort of It's not. You ain't got one that's sort of sitting. Imagine a straight line. You don't want one that's sort of sitting further forward towards you than another one. They would be.
So what you want is say where my TV cabinet is. You want.
Yeah, inside the cabinet. Yeah.
Okay.
So you'd be alright in your cabinet because you could have one either side. That would work.
Sure.
You can. They all support multiple sensors. 2 is the minimum it needs to do the 3D motion. They recommend 3 because you have one behind you.
Okay.
Because then obviously that gets, so when you turn around, it can still tell what the sensors are.
Sure.
So once you've done that, that's the the way you do that is you use your touch controls. You have to get a touch control and hold it to your eye level, and then you hold the trigger in, and then
hit yourself in the face.
Yeah. Yes. You ain't wearing the Oculus Rift at this point. This is all before you put the Rift on yet. You're still, because you have to use the app, and the app still does it, and then that tells you at one point put the Rift on now.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you hold the trigger, then you hold to your eye level, and then basically once it's done that, it then knows where your sort of center your play space is. You then have to point at the screen to say this is what I want to send to myself, and then it knows what it is.
Okay.
You then, using your touch controllers, draw a box around yourself, a little square around yourself in your play area of how big you can go, and from that generates what's called the Guardian system. So when you actually,
the thing that says you can't walk any further, and else
so when you're in the Rift itself, it will just show itself up by as you're moving around in any game or any system. It'll overlay as you get to the near to the edge. It'll overlay like a grid, and so that's your warning that you're about to leave your zone, basically.
Yeah, the Vive started doing that.
Yeah, the Vive did it first. They call it the Chaperone system. Rift calls it the Guardian system.
Just to be different.
Yeah, it works quite well. But what I would say, if you do it yourself, set your touch controllers like a foot further in.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So, because if you then go slightly over, you've got a little bit of wiggle room if you
Before
accidentally go over it. Yeah, because it's amazing how tempting it is to put your fist through the Guardian, even though you know it's there. It's really tempting just to like push it through.
Okay.
So give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. Set that all up. At this point, you can now put the Rift on.
Okay.
Okay. And that's when then you have to. The next challenge is getting it in focus. It is very finicky about how you get into focus. So it has to be set just right on your eyes, up and down. So basically, it does this by showing you a little cross, and you first do your horizontal lines. So you move up and down to the horizontal lines are lined up and just neat and tidy. Then there's like a little switch and little slide underneath that moves the lenses back and forth, and you move them back and forth to the middle lines are just right, are neat, because obviously some people have eyes closer together than others.
Okay, that's going to be really awkward for me.
Yeah. Yes. Well, for me as well, because I must have really far apart eyes, because even at its maximum, it's still not quite far enough apart for me.
Fit.
Yeah, which is a bit, but it's doable. Then you do all that.
How badly does this distort?
It does distort to make things ever so slightly blurrier.
Okay, I have a funny feeling it's going to be quite jarring for me. Anyway,
it'd be worth a try. Though. I'd be interested to see what would happen if you tried it. So you do all that, you get on, and then at this point, this is about 40 minutes in. You've done all this. At this point, you hit a button, and that's it. You're on Rift, and it loads up a virtual space. So it's actually, as a piece of hardware, it's bloody sophisticated. I have to say. I mean, the touch controls. Okay, touch controls they're basically like a split Xbox controller. So on one hand you have X and Y, on the other hand you have A and B. You have two analog stick. Analog stick on each one. You have a pause button on the left hand, like an Oculus home button on the right hand.
Okay.
And then what you have is in the palm of your hands, you have your what's that finger called there? It's like your trigger finger, as it were, on a trigger, and the rest of your hands go on what they call the grip buttons.
Okay.
These buttons actually have capacitance sensors in them, so they can tell where your fingers are on them.
Okay.
So, for example, you can grip, and then you can let the trigger button off, and it knows that, and it now knows you're pointing. Okay. So, and that's how you access the menu. You point at what you want to do and click it, and it'll access it for you. Oh, this is why I think this is interesting. I think this is why these lot of people get motion sensors with Rift, because you also have to tell it your height as well, because it has to customize it for your height as well to make sure when you're in the game space you feel the right height. So you have to put a height in there as well.
Sure. Makes sense.
So yeah, it makes sense. So you do all this, and you've got your touch
controls.
controls.
How tall are you versus?
188 centimetres I've put in.
Okay.
Which is roughly what I worked out it was, and that seems quite fine.
Oh, I
can't remember what its minimum it goes down to, but it's low enough that even a midget could play it.
Would you say not the best thing to put on a child's head, but what?
Right. It's part of actually when you play it. It goes. There's a whole bit on safety, and one of the things it says children under 13 shouldn't play it.
Yeah, because of the development and puberty.
It says kids shouldn't play the Rift. Sure. It just says that. It says don't let kids. Also, I don't think they're quite so sensible by not punching their fist through a wall or something.
Sure. No, I was just curious because I have seen some people put their children in stuff like Rifts, and I did think to myself that is a bit.
Because your child will not really quite grasp what's going on.
For sure.
So you do all this, and then yes, you're in 3D space, and actually works amazing when you first sort of load up into.
Actually works amazing. Review right there.
Yeah. The first
TheSuffolkRam 2017. It actually works amazing.
So the first time you're actually in your free space.
How much does Oculus paid you?
They gave me an Oculus Rift for free.
Aha!
Okay.
I thought so.
No, you're in your virtual like home area. You can sort of, and you can just look round. You can look over your shoulder and all sorts. And so, and it comes with. I'll just give you an idea how sophisticated these controllers are, right?
Can I just mention that the touch controllers are not required?
No.
And they were not originally.
No. They're actually not
bundled with the
extra.
Rift. Yeah, they came out sometime after and were an extra.
3 months later, yeah, we did, yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, you're absolutely not required. But to be honest, some of the games are making use of them.
You might as well have them. You kind of need
yeah.
them. I'm just saying that at one point in time they weren't really thought of as a thing.
No, that's absolutely right there. Of course. I'm trying to think.
You go into a home area and
you go into your home area, and you can. I also set up. Well, I also did the Steam VR setup as well, and that's basically the same thing as you do the Oculus. You've set up again for the Steam, and then it works.
Which setup do you prefer?
They both work out very similar.
Okay.
They're both just good.
To give you an idea, Vive and the Rift.
To give you an idea how sophisticated the sensors are, and how accurate it can measure where they are. In Steam VR, you see the two controls. So the Rift one, you see two hands, and the hands replicate what your hands are doing. Steam VR, you see the two controllers. If you touch the controllers together, they touch together perfectly. Literally, they don't cut into the virtual controllers don't cut into each other.
Sure.
There's no gap even between them.
How dare they not be clipping?
That's what I mean. That's how sensitive it is. It can tell, and actually, I was quite impressed by that. It's like I was explaining. I thought, I wonder what happens if I do this. I was expecting to either be like a sort
of. Sorry, if a game doesn't clip, then the universe has just been broken.
Yeah.
I expect everything to clip together at some point or another. If things don't start clipping through other things that are supposed to be solid, that's wrong.
So I immediately started sort of loading up some. So the game starts you. The Rift starts by chucking you in when you first set up. It chucks you into your first. I say game. It's more of like a tech demo that shows you what you can do, and it basically teaches you how to use what you can do with the controllers and so forth, and what to do. And that's all. You basically find yourself like this sort of futuristic sort of trailer, like sort of. Yeah, it's all like some sort of like camper van or something, like cow.
You're
like,
chilling out in Westworld, then going to your hat and
stuff like that. And you're behind a counter, and there's a little robot on the counter, and he's switched off. You sort of like push a button on his head, and he switches on, and then you have like sort of like boot him up on the kaput and starts something. He wakes up and he sort of looks at you and flies away a bit because he's a bit scared of you, and you can sort of like wave at him, and he'll come back. And then he starts handing these little cartridges that you can pick. You take out of his hand using your touch controller. You put them in like this little like 3D printer, and it shows you what you can do. So the first time you do it, like makes some butterflies. You can hold your hands up. They'll land in your hands.
Neat.
And then it basically goes from there. So you can you like get like a shake and a rattle. And you can.
That'd be so funny. There's this reason the butterflies that go under the skin.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, one of them lands on your hand. You just get hold of the remote and fucking just throw the control back.
Well, yeah. So you can create, you create like a 3D print of rattle. You can shake the rattle for him, and he gets really happy because he smiles at you as you shake the rattle for him and so forth. And
that's just
right to the end, you end up creating a gun, and you can start shooting targets appear. You shoot the targets.
A little robot.
I would not do such a thing to my little robot buddy.
He's a little friend.
I wouldn't do such a thing. Shoot the targets.
You pat the little robot on the head.
Yes, you can actually. Yeah.
Well,
and then basically, and then that's all demo ends. But it's a great little demo to get you an idea of what you can do. So it comes with 6 free games. I've only tried like sort of 3 of them. I thought I'd give them a go. And I want to get sort of 3 experiences using it.
There's one of them.
No. So
that's another reason why Half-Life isn't Game of the Universe.
So I think the first sort of one I played was one of the very first ones I played was this one, and probably one of the best ones I've played, which actually no, I played Eve though.
Oh, okay.
I did load up Eve the second day. I had to sort of reset it to because obviously it's set up for me standing up.
All right.
But obviously with Eve you sit down, and that is magic because you're sat there, and because in Eve when you look to open up a computer screen, you have to sort of look to the right. And in the game, normally you control whatever looks to the right, and you open the computer screen. In this, you just literally look to the right, and the screen just opens up for you.
You tried Elite Dangerous yet?
That's what I mean, Elite Dangerous.
Oh, okay.
Did I say Eve?
Yeah.
I meant Elite Dangerous.
Okay,
That's what I meant. Sorry, Elite Dangerous. And I was in there, I'm just sitting on my ship, And because of sort of the fact that you can see your arms in the game, not your real arms, but your virtual arms, now on the joystick, it felt right that they were there.
Were you using the touch controls at this point?
No, I was using joystick because I was obviously someone used a joystick instead.
Sure.
The only thing that did is I really wish I had a HOTAS.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Fossils to the left, but obviously my mind wasn't the fossils, so it was a bit disconnected because my left arm was in the wrong place.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I literally just sat there and I just sort of looked over my shoulder. I could see into my cargo bay,
which is neat.
And yeah, you sort of in space, you can look out through the windows, and I just jumped in a sort of FTL jump, and
we did say way back in the day that games like Elite Dangerous, Euro Truck Simulator, iRacing, perfect for Rift. Does it?
Oh yeah.
So it translates.
Yeah,
as we expected.
Works really well. Yeah, because you're sitting down, you're moving about in it. You don't feel sick because it feels right because you're sitting down. You're in a cockpit. It doesn't feel that sickly. If you're standing up, anything that moves, we'll get on to movement.
Where were the times that you did feel a bit queasy?
Right.
What felt unnatural to you?
It feels unnatural. So, one game I played, which was a horror game, because I thought Rift is ideal for horror games.
Could I just quickly, Resident Evil 7?
Yeah, but it's a PSVR exclusive. Doesn't support Rift.
Really?
Nope. I was surprised as well. Doesn't even support Vive. PSVR exclusive.
So when they were basically saying, oh yeah, look, VR is really a thing, look at Resident Evil, what they were actually saying was, fuck you Rift, fuck you Vive, it's all PlayStation VR. That's bad.
Surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, very.
You're already making them exclusive, so that's ridiculous that they say. That's all like this. The industry's only getting going,
And they've already started putting things behind. Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
No, I don't like it at all. So it's not all games support all the systems, but I sort of accept that because if you're an indie developer, you have got to customize for each.
Yeah, sure.
So
even though it's near enough the same hardware, there could be calibration things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the Rift is set up slightly different from the Vive, and okay.
Yeah. So the first game I have the issue with, and a serious issue with actually, it's a game called Emily is Away. It's a horror game, and long story short, when I loaded it up, I was expecting it to be one that I could do like room scale, where I could actually sort of move around. No, you have to be sitting at a chair to play it, right?
Right.
You move with WASD.
Not good.
Not a good start. That's okay. That was okay. It wasn't too bad. But turning your head doesn't turn your character. You look round, but your character doesn't turn. So you have to turn using the mouse. And I literally played the game.
What a disconnect right there.
Yeah, I literally played it for 2 minutes, and I felt so motion sickness. I took the Rift off, and this is not an exaggeration. I actually had to go lay down in the room with the lights off, and actually
did this fucking job. Then a horror game to the max.
I actually felt so sick.
Not quite scary, people, but the same.
I had to lay there, and there was a point where I thought I was actually going to throw up. That was that bad. Lay there, and I was just sort of like, so just stop. I was laying
that's something you could get used to.
I think so. They do rate games by comfort, so there's 3 levels. There is comfortable, there is moderate, and there's intense.
And intense means you're likely to vomit as soon as you start.
Yeah, so most of the games that comes shipped with are comfortable games. There's one which was moderate, but most of them are comfortable games. Okay. The one thing that sort of sold it to me, that sort of made me think this is actually really, really neat, and actually I think sort of shows off how the games are going to work in it, was a game called Robo Recall. And it sort of works well because you start the game off and it sort of gets you start the game off and it's basically set in this sort of futuristic world where humanity's got loads of robots helping them. Think iRobot, the Will Smith version of iRobot, and you're there, and also
the only version of iRobot.
Yeah, and you're there, and you have
like Minecraft is the only Lego.
Yeah, indeed. And you're there, and you'll play, and you start off, and there's a news bulletin about all these robots going mad, and all the robots are all around the streets, and they're sort of, oh look, there's news. Oh, I don't feel scared at all. They sort of like watch the news bulletin with you. You're actually watching this thing, and then if you look round, you just notice that you're surrounded by these robots, and then something happens. They all turn on you, and they just turn and just look at you, and these red eyes, and they just all jump at you, and the screen goes blank. And I actually physically jumped across the room with it.
You think to yourself, oh bollocks.
Yeah. But this is where. So then you get into the actual game itself.
Oh shit! I'm in Yarmouth.
Yeah.
I'm in Yarmouth and I've got a £50 note in my back pocket.
Yeah. It makes me think. It makes me think almost like an old school unrail shooter, like Time Crisis. So.
And I love Time Crisis, by the way.
Yeah, we'll have to give this a go. So to move around, there's two basic ways you can move around in in Oculus games or any VR games. We'll just count things like the cockpit style games. We're talking about sort of on leg shoe moving. Okay. You can either move like with a controller like normal, and you just walk around, so forth. That's the sickening in GT1 because you're moving, but you're not. But you see yourself walking, but you're not feeling it.
There's a physical disconnect.
That's the sickening one. Then there is the one which a lot of the games have adopted. I think Valve picked up first, and then they adopted fourth, and a lot of games adopted it afterwards. And that's the teleport system.
I did see that a lot in the Vive.
Yes.
I think you said earlier it's like a blink.
Yeah, so if you've played Dishonored and you've known how the blink mechanic works, and you sort of aim, and then you're there. Yeah. This is exactly the same thing. So you literally aim at. So I'll give you a recall. So you literally aim at a location, you can rotate where you're going to face when you transport, and you let it go, and you're you're there.
Kitchen door, go.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a straight teleport. You don't walk there, you're just there.
No animation there or anything, you just literally...
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely fine. Not a problem. Does not cause any sickness whatsoever.
Sure.
The most comfortable... It's surprising you'd think that jump would actually cause it. Because you're just there, there's no motion to go there. You don't feel it.
Sure. I was just wondering, I wasn't entirely sure if maybe there'd be a slight mental disconnect, the fact that you've literally blinked.
Yeah, but because you've not moved, you have moved, but you've not moved like animated move, it doesn't feel, it feels fine.
So it doesn't feel weird when a wall just randomly appears right in front of you.
No. It's funny, you think it would, but it actually feels absolutely fine. And that's what a lot of the games have adopted as methods of moving about, and it works absolutely fine.
I've played enough Doom to know that teleportation's a bad thing.
Yes, but this is the nice version of teleportation. And I've played Half-Life as well, so I know it's everything. But this is where it gets cool, okay, so...
You're telling me that teleportation is not cool?
Oh, this gets cooler.
Oh.
So, to draw your weapons, so you have your two guns in holsters. So you put your touch controllers by your waist, hold the grip, right, and you pull the guns out your holsters. And then you can actually aim down like iron sights down them and everything. And
have you tried this, by the way?
No, I haven't. I need to try that so I can shoot myself.
Yeah.
I need to try it. But if you let go of the grip, you drop the gun, logically, because you're not gripping it anymore. But in this game, that's how it's basically...
Have you ever accidentally let go of the control pad yet?
No.
Or anything like that? So you've not had any kind of real disconnects between holding the controls and...
No, I've not. The control pads, like the Wii U control pad, like the Wii control pads, they have little rope straps. Yeah, straps, around your wrist so you don't drop them. But yeah, I did that. But yeah, so it's quite cool. You sort of you put out your two guns, and that's your reload mechanic. You don't reload; you literally just get new guns.
Sure.
So literally, you get guns, and I find myself. And it's weird because I just have to let go, but because I pick them up, I find myself automatically doing like Matrix style, throwing them out to the sides.
Sure.
And then go picking two ones. But then later on you get shotguns which are on your back, so you have to reach over your shoulder and pull them over. So you do things like, for example, you can combine them. So like I've reached over, pulled a shotgun out and pulled all my pistols out, and I'm shooting pistols in one hand, and I've got the shotgun picking off because it works really well. And because it's got the tracking, you're ducking, you're diving, you see them shooting at you, you have to you duck and sort of avoid the bullets and everything.
That's one thing that has bugged me with VR. Space requirements. I know the Vive had some pretty hardcore space requirements if you wanted to use their chaperone system. And being in the UK, because I know that so many of the videos that were made were by Americans and it was advertised with Americans in mind. They're fucking huge houses.
You say it though, but a lot of people who live in apartments ain't going to have that space.
Yeah, I've got a mate in Japan that's got a Vive and he's got like 3 feet.
Yeah.
And it's like, you might as well not even be playing the damn thing.
Having now played it,
Right.
I would say the minimum space you need to play comfortably and having played with scale is probably about 2 meters by 2 meters.
Right.
Now, they say the Vive can go up to about 15 foot by 15, which is about 5 meters by 5 meters. My play space is roughly probably about 1.4 meters by say 2.
Because you have moved your PC
I've-
recently, haven't you? 'Cause I was going to say, the
I've-
last place I'd seen you set up your PC,
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, there's no chance.
They say the minimum required is a meter by a meter. No.
Way too tight.
Way too tight. Because trouble is, basically, as long as you can basically put your arms out full width and you're not going to hit anything, and forward backfill and you're not going to hit anything, you're fine. That works fine. Even the room
Jesus
scale
Christ,
stuff.
though, even in this room, that'd be quite. This isn't a small room,
so
but
in this room, if we got rid of this sofa and we got rid of that beanbag and this store bottom corner was your play area, you'd be fine.
Sure.
Easily fine, not a problem. In fact, you'd be actually decent space.
the fact that those two things are not an option, though, well, with the exception of maybe the beanbag.
Well, that's the problem. You have to give sacrifices involved here.
No, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, but that's so yeah, but I'm sure I played because initially when I first set up, I had a lot smaller space, but I sort of extended it by sort of moving bits and pieces around, and that works a lot better because you can just sort of, I say, you can duck in your dive, and
Yeah.
it's funny actually because
You've not accidentally punched a wall or anything in the process, have you?
I've knocked a bottle of rum off the desk, but I've sort of had to sort of take. That's why I say you need to keep yourself like a foot outside your
Yeah, you need
guardian.
Sure.
You need to sort of do it slightly smaller. I think actually if I did it again, if I set up in a different room, I'd actually probably get some like masking tape and actually mask out a space on the floor. So when I bring anything in the room, I know I've got like a exclusion zone.
Don't put
So-
anything in this area because if you do, it's likely to get wrecked.
Yeah. Well, the Rift itself comes with a 4-meter long cable to allow you to do that, and you can extend it up to, I think they say you can do about 16 feet. It's about the limit of how far it can go to. Much more than that, you might start getting degradation of picture quality.
Not quite functionality of the Rift, or even a review of the Rift. Versus the Vive, are the system, because it is pretty much the same hardware.
Spec is so virtually
So
identical.
system requirements are near enough across the board, pretty.
Yeah. Spec is all. I mean, I think we actually went through the old spec on the podcast once, and they're basically exactly the same.
Sure, I wasn't sure if maybe it had been changed through
No.
optimization over
No.
time or anything.
No,
Sure, which means that basically I wouldn't be able to play VR if I fucking wanted to.
possible.
None of my machines hit minimum.
Oh right, I thought you personally. No, your
I
machine.
hit yellow on most of my rigs. Even
Yeah.
my lowest powered rig hits yellow.
The trouble with the VR is the requirements of it are a lot stricter than PC cards. The screens need to be refreshing at about 90 frames per second. Because less than that, even at
Motion
60,
sickness.
you get motion sickness.
Average game for me is 90 FPS anyway. So.
That's fine. So that'd be absolutely fine. It wouldn't be a problem if it was refreshed. But the games have to do that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more stricter on the requirements to play the games. But it works well. One other thing I do find about it is that you do sort of have to relearn how you play games, because gone are times where you can just sort of duck behind cover now. You have to sort of like actually be aware of your surroundings. You have to constantly be looking over your shoulder, aware of your surroundings when you're playing these games, to sort of take cover basically. Because and it is quite exhausting. You do find physically wise, I got exhausted quite quickly. So particularly when you're ducking, you're diving, and you're shooting, bouncing about, because you are moving around quite a lot. So it's actually quite a good exercise in a weird way.
Yeah, thank you.
But the other issue I had with is I was getting headaches, not from the screen, stuff like that. Of course, they are so specific that where it has to be on your head, so you get it in focus. You have to have it really tight on your head. So it's like wearing a hat, too tight a hat.
Pressure headaches.
Yeah.
But does it have the? I can't remember the differences between the design of the Rift and the Vive. Does it have the band that sits over the top of their head and round the back?
Yes.
So
They say, from what I've read, people have used both. They say the Rift's more comfortable to wear than the Vive.
Is this something that you're going to have to get used to, or are you just going to have to suffer in silence over time?
I think...
What's the wiggle room like? So, I mean, surely it must have a bit of wiggle as
no, literally, it can be millimetres. It's literally, I mean...
So you have to have it bolted to your forehead.
If this was the Rift, my glasses, you've got my serious audio viewers, but watch this. So this is in focus, out of focus.
Oh, bollocks.
That is actually how, it's literally millimetres. Because it's so close to your eyes.
So as you're moving about, that could be quite...
Has to be on really tight.
To your forehead.
Yep, has to be on really tight for it to work.
You're talking skull-crushingly tight at that point.
Yeah, it's what it's like. It's got a lot of padding. I find I can do about a 2-hour stint.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, you probably would want to play it. It's one of those things that you're going to play for like a couple hours at a time, and if you're going to get a bit exhausted anyway, or you're going to want to sort of see the world outside, because it's very disorientating actually, which makes sense.
Have you tried doing anything else on it? Try have gaming. I know you could you might.
Right.
Have you tried a film or?
Not tried a film yet,
because I know Divine, who usually watches the podcast, uses his PlayStation VR to watch. I think he's watched films on it, and I think he's played some old games on it too. Things that aren't VR specific. He says basically just having like a fucking huge wall.
Yeah, I could see that. I've not tried watching the films yet. I haven't tried yet the like art games where you can like sort of create things in the 3D space, like draw things 3D space. I haven't tried anything like that yet, but I would like to at some point.
Minecraft, super hot. Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah, I've got Euro Truck. I've got Super Hot, but not the VR version.
Oh, okay.
And again, there's a VR version of Minecraft. You can't just use normal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just normal version of Minecraft.
What was another one I'm thinking of? What's another game I was just randomly thinking of? I thought would be kind of neat for you to try in VR, but I can't think of what it was.
Well, the one I played.
Doom would be neat.
Well, I recently played a game called Dead Secret, which is the first sort of, you can play it non-VR, but it's the first VR game I've played right through from start to finish. It's only about 2-3 hours long, and you're in this 3D, and basically you are a reporter and you are investigating someone who was murdered.
Okay.
And it's a murder mystery, but you are also being pursued by like the killer. And so you have to sort of like try and hide, and that works. But it's a bit like point and click, and that you have to sort of basically aim where you want to go, and you click and you jump there and so forth. Yeah, so it's point and click almost, and you can then sort of pick things up, and you can open drawers by physically actually putting your hand back and so forth, picking stuff out of drawers. The touch controllers in it were a little bit fiddly, in that it doesn't quite work out well. What they did to make it easy on themselves, in game you've got a broken arm, your left arm is broken, so you can use the right touch controller.
How did they break your arm in the game?
It's broken when it starts.
You fell down a flight of stairs because
doesn't never explain. It's just you start the game with a broken arm.
Now that's just bad.
Yeah,
get to the surface, Gordon.
Yeah, I thought that was quite clever. Okay, yeah, that's okay. It's a cheeky way of saying I only want you to.
Look, this is the only arm you fucking got. That one's broken. Don't do it because it'll hurt. All right, just don't.
It's basically there so you can't have two hands in use at the same time. Basically,
don't use that. You hurt it. All right, I'm just telling you. Don't you. One-handed game.
One thing you will find with the Rift as well is, despite the fact that you are wearing, a resolution that's higher than HD. Everything has got a slightly blurry tinge to it, and that's just basically, from what I've read online, everybody has the same issue. It's basically that's just the limits of the technology. Even though it's technically an HD screen,
it's early days.
It's early days at the moment. It is definitely not as sharp. So it's the balance of it's not as sharp, but you are in this 3D world.
Let's be fair though. I mean, come on. PCs can barely run these fucking things. I mean, the resolution and the frame rates required. Most people aren't even gaming at those resolutions or at those frame rates. Full stop. So running these headsets is no small feat.
No, they're not. I mean, I'm not.
I mean, I can run.
I'm just saying, I'm not.
Oh yeah, you're not shitting on it.
No, I'm not bothered by it at all. I like the fact that they're playing games that I could play in, say better quality graphics, or I play in this at the slightly lower sort of fuzzy graphics. Tell me what Rift makes you think of. It makes me think like when I got our PlayStation 2,
Right.
and all the launch games at the time were a little bit different, a little bit odd, a little bit strange, not super complicated, quite simplified.
Yeah.
Where sort of later sort of launch titles were basically just sort of, because the jump from PS1 to PS2 was quite big, well, really big in comparison. PS2 to PS3, although it's better graphics, it wasn't as big a jump.
Yeah.
And so I think that everything was quite a lot more, and it feels like that. We feel like we're at that stage now where a lot of the games you're playing are quite simplistic. But they are new technology. But they're new technology. But they're sort of taking advantage, and you're getting that sort of experimental approach, where they're just working out what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel. And that's what. And you feel that the sort of people still find their feet with it and getting used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a few games on. I've got another game on I'm going to pick up, which is one of the most sort of highest reviewed, popular reviewed games on Steam, which is VR only.
Right.
And that's basically set, and it's an RPG game set in Arizona, versus zombies. That looks quite interesting.
Okay.
There's also a racing game I want to pick up, which is quite cheap. I'll probably give that a pick up and see how it feels. So I bet that'd be quite good.
You're saying you can only put in a couple of hours at a time. Versus the price and the number of games currently available. If you're not going to use it for watching films, or do you think the investment is really worth it? I know you got a discount price, unless you had to pay for it full price.
£100, I would have been a bit disappointed.
Right, and really, that's actually wow. Okay, what would you say is the highest you'd go?
I would actually say the price I paid now, I'm quite happy with.
Okay,
I am quite. I have no buyer's remorse over it. I'm quite happy for the price I paid. I'm happy. I'm happy with the games. I'm happy with the quality. The fact that you get the 6 free games, and 2 of them, some that most of them are pretty decent. And they're not like cheap games, not like cheap sort of demos. They're actually really quite decent games. I am actually quite enjoying it. I mean, it's still early days yet.
For sure.
I'm hoping. All I've got the hope now is that it takes off. Basically, more people pick it up. More people start to. I mean, there's quite a few people developing now for them, but I've got the hope there's enough people picking it up to develop. We're in a chicken and egg scenario at the moment.
Kind of like Linux gaming at the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
What's going to come first.
Yeah. So as long as people like Epic keep pushing VR and Valve keep pushing VR, then it's got a chance.
Sure.
It's just encouraging people to pick it up.
I wouldn't mind one, but there's nothing I'd really play on one, and I don't have that. I definitely do not have the hardware for it. As you said earlier, I can quite comfortably play games at 1080p, 60 plus frames a second easily on hardware that's, what's my rig, like 6 years old now?
Yeah.
Easily play games at 1080p and up.
Yeah.
I can play some games at 4K and still go over 60 FPS on this rig. I can't push VR.
No.
It
is at the moment a bit of a, don't want to say elitist system at the moment, but it's definitely not a average user. It's not an average user system. You're not going to have the average person. Not like say a console where most people own it. Most people aren't going to own one of these yet.
No,
because you need a pretty meaty beast of machine to actually be able to run.
You wouldn't have been able to run it on your old machine, would you? No.
I did the test of the old machine. I got amber.
Yeah, same as what I get now.
Whereas now I get full. It's fine.
Yeah,
no problem at all.
You got the new 7700 and was it 1070?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's absolutely fine.
I fucking hope so with that machine.
No, it works absolutely. Yeah, it works. It's beautiful. I say some games are quite what I've got on there are quite fun. I mean, I saw like I have a blast at the old Robo Recall every now and again. I'm sort of looking now to it's at the stage now. Whereas with PC games, I know what I like, I know what I enjoy, so I know what to pick up.
So you're being hunted in VR.
That'd be interesting, yeah. But the issue, but it also has but it has to have the teleport because walking around at the moment makes me very sick. So
get practicing. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to say versus the buyer's remorse thing. Could you see yourself using it if it had to be an option? Could you use that as your only display?
No.
Nope. So you have to have a separate display in it, otherwise it's a bit. Even in short term, you couldn't. Short term,
probably okay, but if I spend sometimes several hours a day on the PC.
I spend most of my life around
exactly. So I could not. It's disorientating as well because when you're wearing it, you have no idea what's going around you. I have dogs, and I was playing one game of the Valve game actually, and there's a little robot dog in it. And you can throw sticks for him. And I was in the game and he was next to me, so I reached down to touch him, and as I reached down to touch him, I touched something furry.
Oops.
And
that must have been a bit of a trip.
That was a bit of what the fuck. And I realised that someone had not closed the door to my office very tightly. I had closed, someone had come in, not closed it properly, and the dogs had come in.
So you've not turned around and accidentally punched your mum yet? Or?
Not yet, no. Mum loves it.
Right.
I got my mother to have a go at it, and she loves it. She wants one.
Why do I have this vision of your mum playing Papers, Please with the headset on?
Oh, have you seen that, Papers, Please?
I've not seen it.
Not Papers, Please. There's a Paperboy version of in VR.
Alright.
So.
Fuck now.
Yeah. So, but she, that was all. That was she loved it. Sister can't play it. No. She. I think. No, she's creeped out. I don't know. Didn't feel sick by it, but she didn't like the feeling of it created. Not sickly, but she's like the sort of emotion. But I think part of that is psychological. I think if you go into it thinking I'm going to feel sick playing this,
then you're going to feel a bit.
Yeah.
I will admit I already kind of have worries about that, but then
I did as well. But I sort of thought I'm not going to go into it thinking it's going to happen, and I was all right.
Sure.
And mother never thought about it, so she was fine.
Well, yeah, because she'd never really have done any research on it. So.
But sister was like, "Oh, I don't like the sound. I don't like the idea of having this thing. You can't see what's going around you. I don't like that at all. Yeah, don't like that at all." She put it on. And because Mum was shouting, "This is wonderful! You've got to have a go at this." She put it on, and she was fine. And until she tried to move, and as soon as she tried to move,
I could imagine that being quite trippy.
She freaked out. She literally sort of like, "No, do take off." Actually, mate, she just had to rip it off her head straight there and then.
Sure.
It just sort of like disconnected for her a bit.
My main concern is that much like 3D technology, modern 3D cinematic technology, that crap. I'm not going to be able to use it.
Yeah.
Mainly because I am pretty much blind in one eye.
That's why I would like you to come round and try and see.
Sure. How do you get on with it with the glasses?
I don't wear my glasses when I do it.
No. Do they not? Does it not?
You can wear glasses with it.
Uncomfortable as hell.
But I've not tried. I'm not even bothered trying because I think myself well. I'm actually short-sighted anyway. I'm fine. Okay. So it's
practically pressed into your face anyway. So
exactly. It's not. So I thought if you can't see it that close up, then but you can get you can wear. They do say you can wear glasses with it.
Because a chap I know has he's played with the Vive and he tried to put his glasses on underneath it and he was like, "No, can't do that. Cannot do that at all."
No, I not even try. I just take the glasses off and just wear it without them.
Sure. Okay.
I think it's the only sort of way to do it, to be honest. At the moment,
sounds reasonable.
There's. I think you've got to still feel it's still early days.
Yep.
Ready to be feed. These are the first consumer versions we've got out there. There's still quite a lot of way to go. They've still got to improve the resolutions. They've still got to improve the ability for glass. Before I say glass, people wear glasses. It's interesting. They actually have added one of the things they put into it was there's actually a gap around your nose where you can look down and see the floor.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And apparently that's deliberate because it doesn't fit. I thought it doesn't fit my nose very well. Apparently it's deliberate to always give you a point of reference.
Okay.
So you can just look down. At any point you can just look down, you can see a flooring. And it works really well because. if you ever get a big disorder, you just look straight down.
Oh, yeah,
and
the last thing you want to do is have to lift up the helmet to see it. You're about to run into a wall. Or if you do feel slightly claustrophobic, you could just look down and still...
Yeah, that gives you that little just sort of reorientate yourself.
Yeah, that little mental ding to say this isn't...
Yeah.
You know...
But
if you have a power cut and all of a sudden the screen goes black.
Yeah, it's quite disorientating because you're playing and your feet are one way and you take off and I'm actually facing backwards.
Yeah, that's a bit.
So, but no, it's no. I would say at £400 if you ain't got £400 spare, then don't get it. But if you've got a machine that will run it and you've got a bit of space, a bit of amount of cash, free pickup or a credit card, I would say give it a go.
I've got 2 kids. I haven't seen a 50 in a decade.
Yeah. I would say give it a go. I'm enjoying it so far.
Sure.
Pick up a few years. It now actually feels slightly weird playing games on a monitor.
Yeah. No, I can imagine that. So. Quite a few games you're going to have to try. I'd be interested if you could try using the Rift as a monitor, as your single silent monitor, even if it was only in a few hour stints. But I'd be interested to see how you get on with that. Because, like I said, my mate Divine, he plays it when he gets the chance. He will play pretty much anything he can in like big screen cinematic mode, and he just says it's fucking intense, just having this entire screen in front of his face.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear what it's like to say view a film or.
Yeah. The other thing to bear in mind is you always do like an absolute pinnock when you're playing on it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just bear in mind.
I don't imagine you looking like a fucking babe magnet as you're walking around in your Rift. You look like a bit of a goon wearing it anyway. Yes. But then again, let's be fair. How many PC gamers do you know that really kind of give a shit about how they look?
Well,
yeah, straight out, I don't give a toss. No. So, I mean, the Rift headset could be I don't know, glow in the dark pink for all I care.
Does glow in the dark?
Oh, there you go.
Well, it glows in the dark in infrared.
I will throw out there that aesthetically I prefer the Vive to the Rift. Yeah,
but
then that's aesthetics. So.
The one I'm wearing, I don't see the outside.
That's it. And I can't run one. I'm still quite concerned. I don't even think I'll be able to use one, but we'll see. We will see.
Yeah.
And then that way, you know that if you've only got one eye, you can still use the Rift.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's me done.
That's it.
That's it.
We're done.
Yeah. We've actually spent the entire podcast
talking
about the games we've been playing.
That's it.
So
that makes a fucking change. Wow.
Yeah. So I think it's time to end. So I've been TheSuffolkRam.
Skazz.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you in a fortnight.
Yay!
See you then.
Nailed it. Shit, how do we turn it off? Quick, get your Rift motion controls.
Yeah.